Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to beautiful Frank Wahpeton Field here in Wahpeton, North Dakota, home of the Wahpeton Huskies football team. They are taking on the Valley City Highliners tonight in a AA East Division football game here this evening, right here on Three Borders Sports Network. I'm Joe Schreiner. I'm joined alongside Brian Watson this evening, and we want to welcome everybody to the show tonight. Brian, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me, Joe. Should be a fun one.
It's a beautiful evening here tonight. It's about 48 degrees here at John Randall. Good
Baseball.
grief. Got baseball on the head. At Frank Wahpeton Field here, it's about 48 degrees. It's kind of overcast, but I don't think there's any threat of rain in the radar here, so it looks like it's going to be a nice evening for football with temps in the mid to upper 40s here throughout the evening. The winds are barely blowing out of the east. In fact, you look at the flag, and the flag right now is hanging straight down at the south end of the field. So again, Frank Wahpeton Field goes north and south, and on the north end, defending that end, will be the Valley City Highliners, and on the south end will be the Wahpeton Huskies. Tonight's uniforms, as you can see there, the Huskies are dressed all in black with purple numbers trimmed in gold with the purple helmets and the white Husky paws on the side of their helmets. The Valley City Highliners are dressed in blue pants, white jerseys with blue numbers, and blue helmets as well. Welcome, everybody, once again to the Daily News, Wahpeton Daily News pregame show. Once again, Three Borders Sports Network, thanks for joining us. Wahpeton Daily News, bringing you news and sports stories to the area. We want to thank everybody from the Wahpeton Daily News for sponsoring us as well. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we will have the OSPTI injury report, and we'll have more of our Wahpeton Daily News pregame show. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back in a minute. The Wahpeton Daily News wishes all of the Wahpeton Husky sports teams the best of luck this fall. The Wahpeton Daily News thanks you for supporting local journalism, including the News Monitor and the Daily News. Keep up with local news, sporting events, and personal interest stories in our papers. The Daily News offers an e-newsletter for more information at your computer. Check out www.wahpetondailynews.com for much more information. The Daily News supports all area sports teams and wishes the best of luck this season. Welcome back to Frank Wahpeton Field. Joe Schreiner alongside Brian Watson. Welcome back to the Wahpeton Daily News pregame show. And we are going to go slide right into the OSPTI injury report here, talking down on the field with Coach Gilbertson before the game. He said everybody's pretty healthy, with the exception of Roy Martinez. He said he's going to sit himself out. He's pretty sore. Just some general injuries that Roy wanted to sit out this evening, so Roy will not be dressed for the Huskies tonight. But otherwise, head coach Gilbertson said that the Huskies are ready to go tonight, Brian, and feeling good. So that's a good thing on the OSPTI injury report. For all your sports-related injuries, contact OSPTI. So everybody's feeling good tonight, Brian. I was down on the track a little bit earlier, and the grass is short. I think that could be a quick game tonight for our speedsters, maybe.
Nice, fast track for Dez and for Kappas. You've got to take advantage of that speed when you can, and I think tonight against Valley City, you're going to have to counteract their size with speed. Valley City is a big team. They like to pound and ground, like to keep the ball on the ground and just kind of come at you full force. They're just going to line it up and come at you and see if they can handle it. So we're going to have to maybe air it out a little bit, or at least go to the air when needed, and see if you can't take advantage of those receivers on the outside.
Let's talk a little bit about the Valley City Highliners here before we get into the game here a little bit, and we get into the starting lineups here coming up shortly after the next break, but we'll bring you the starting lineups here in a minute. But let's talk about those Valley City Highliners and their offense. In the coaches' show on Wednesday night, Coach Gilbertson briefly mentioned he thought they were a run attack team. And when you look at the stats, and I was doing some studying while you were setting up all the equipment, you did good work at that, by the way. Looking at their total stats here for the season so far, they are 12 of 27 passing for a 44% passer rate or completion, and 93 total yards. So their passing game is not there, so I think we're going to see a lot of run.
Yeah, they're just not a team that puts the ball in the air, and there aren't a lot of teams that throw it around at the high school level. And if you can run the ball well and you can control the clock and the time of possession, you're going to be in business in high school football. So I think Valley has their game plan in mind of what they want to do and how they want to approach the game, and WAP's going to have to do what they can to kind of counteract that.
So when you look at their rushing stats for the Valley City Highlanders so far on the season, they are 1-2 overall record. They are 1-2 overall. This is their first East game. They have 104 carries and 551 yards for a 5.3 average. And when you look at their individuals, their running back is Maxwell Fair, and Maxwell Fair has 49 rushes for 390 yards. That's almost an 8-yard clip.
Wow.
We'll take a break here for the, or we'll stay right here. We'll keep it here, and then we'll pause for the national anthem, Brian. As we salute our nation. All right, Brian, getting back to the Valley City Highlanders and their offensive threats. Again, looking at Max Fair, it's pronounced Fair. It's spelled F-E-H-R, and I was told it was pronounced Fair. 49 carries, 390 yards, almost an 8-yard carry per average.
That's just tough. 8 yards a clip on the ground. You'd like to get that every day if you can. And if they can do that on a regular basis, that's going to be tough to stop.
He's a 5'9", 170-pound senior. So look out for Max Fair, and I'm sure we'll be mentioning his name throughout the day. Taking a look at the Huskies offense, again, they're coming in. A lot of passing involved in the Wahpeton Huskies offense. You take a look at Blake Schaefer and the season he's having so far. He's 60 of 107 for 899 yards, and we'll talk more about that as the evening goes on, too. Brian, I think we'll take another break here, and we'll come back with the starting lineups brought to you by Thrivent Financial, and our kickoff brought to you by RDO Equipment. We'll be right back after these messages. Thrivent Financial wishes the Wahpeton Husky Falls sports teams and coaches the best of success. Thrivent is proud to have the opportunity to support this community and help those who live and work here make the most of their time, talents, and treasures. Call Will Ulick, your local Thrivent Financial professional. If you're interested in putting plans that align with your values into action, please call Will Ulick at 701-642-1108. Thrivent Financial.
Service for season-long performance. RDO does that in Breckenridge. With fall fast approaching, you need to prepare your lawn equipment for leaf and snow removal. At RDO, we'll perform all regularly scheduled maintenance and switch out attachments, so your John Deere and other brands will run at peak performance.
All right, we are back right now live here from Frank Burton Field. They skipped the overall starting lineup introductions for each individual team. They just introduced the teams, but our starting lineups are brought to you by Thrivent Financial and Will Ulick. Thrivent, what are you invested in? Thrive with purpose. And our kickoff is sponsored by RDO Equipment, your local John Deere dealer. RDO Equipment, our first quarter kickoff sponsor, and Thrivent is our starting lineups sponsor. Wahpeton Huskies are going to get the ball first. Blake Schaefer, Bo Arnstein, Caden Kappas, Trayton Link, Desmond Zero, Colin Samuels, Chase Wickren, Josh Beyer, Landon Scharfenkamp getting the start tonight after coming back off the injury list. Riley Timian and Logan Jurgedevig. And we kick it deep, and Dez gets it at about the 19-yard line, carries it across the 30. He might break it around the 40, gets around the corner, spun around, and he's going to come back. And he gets his feet on him, and he drops the ball, but it's covered up there by Wahpeton at the 45, 46-yard line. Dez was trying to make a little extra happen there, Brian, and actually fumbled the ball at the end, but it was covered up over on the far sideline.
Just trying to do a little bit too much there. Sometimes you just got to get going north and south and take what you can get.
So Dez brings it back a total of about 26 yards, averaging about 13.5 on the carry, or on the kickoff return. So Dez with a good kickoff return to set the Huskies up in good shape right at the 45-yard line. So coming out is Blake Schaefer, going to lead his team out here tonight. Blake is a junior, 5'11", 162 pounds. Again, on the season so far, 60 of 107, 899 yards, 5 touchdowns, and a 56% completion rate. Takes the snap, and he's going to drop back a couple steps. He goes deep on the left side and just out of the reach over on the far side. And it was intended, I believe, that was Caden Kappas on the far side. No trading link.
Trying to go to the air right away. I know Valley's kind of ready for it. I'm sure they've scouted. But that's what I think you got to do. You got to go to the air as soon as you can. Try and get that speed on the outside and see if you can take advantage of it.
Again, the Huskies in their black uniforms with purple numbers. As an announcer and as a play-by-play guy, they are tough to see. It's a good thing it's not muddy out there because it'd even be worse. Schaefer takes a snap, goes right over the middle, and a pass intended for Desmond Zero at the 50 goes incomplete just over his head. So it'll be 3rd down and 10 now for the Huskies.
That's the one caveat when you're putting the ball in the air. You got to complete them. It can be tough. Now you put yourself in 3rd and long here.
So 2 attempts so far for Blake Schaefer and no completions. Again, a 56% completion rate. But the young man so far, Brian, is averaging 14.9 yards per reception.
He's been doing a great job of putting the ball in the air.
Gets the snap, drops back, rolls to his right a little bit. Now he tries to complete the pass. The pad is caught as Dez reaches up high in the air, but it's going to be just a little bit short of the 1st down. Looks like it's going to be 2 or 3 yards short. Nice catch there by Dez as he had leaped in the air to get that one.
Surprised he's able to hang on to that thing. He caught it in the air and was hit before he came down. Tough grab there, and they're going to go for it.
They are going to go for it. Is 4th and about 3 yards. Ball is sitting right on the 48-yard near hash mark of the Valley City Highliners as the Huskies get into Highliner territory, and Desmond Zero in the backfield alongside Schaefer. And they hand it off to Arnstein. He goes off the right side. He gets the 1st down across the 40 inside the 35 to about the 33-yard line, and it's a 1st down for the Huskies on a 15-yard carry there for Bo Arnstein. So positive yards on the running game right away for the Huskies, Brian.
Well, if you can attack on the ground and then you have your passing game going, then you can set things up with play action.
So the Huskies on the run by Arnstein off the right side on the right hash mark, gets up to the 30. They're going to put it at the 34-yard line. So Schaefer in the back. He's got 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Arnstein behind him in the shotgun. Takes a snap, drops back a couple steps, looks over the middle, and he's going to go deep. He's got Caden Kappas wide open, and it just drops out of his arms, and I bet he wishes he had that one back.
Wide open there, and that's one that I think Caden would like to have back. I think he's probably thinking about the score first.
The ball was in the air, and Caden took off and separated himself from the defender. I'm trying to see the defender's number. It looks like number 8, and that would be Austin Shape. And he blew past Shape there and got a couple yards separation there as he was in the end zone and right through his hands. I'm sure he wishes he had that one back again. So it's 2nd and 10 now. Ball at the 34 of the Highliners. Schaefer takes a snap, gives it off to Dez. Dez going to come around the right side. And he gets across the 30, inside the 30 to about the 29 for a gain of about 5. So a 5-yard carry there for Desmond Zero. Puts it 3rd down and 5 for the Huskies.
3rd and 5, that's manageable. You'll take that. You're in 4-down territory already, so you get what you can here. So let's see if you can get half of it here and then really make it manageable on 4th down.
Unless something happened in practice that we don't know about, Brian, I don't think the Huskies are going to try kicking a field goal. So
I would say probably not.
We haven't seen them kick a PAT all year, so let alone a field goal. Schaefer deep. Again, he's got Arnstein and Dez to his left and his right. Takes a snap, drops back. Now he's got to be rolling left, and he's going to get sacked in the backfield for a loss in the backfield of about 10 yards and sacked there by the Highliners. See if they can turn here, and I can read some numbers. Sack was Carson McGough.
That's the one thing that you can't do there. You're in third and manageable, and then you end up losing yards there. You gotta stay on the positive side.
Yep. 9 minutes to go here on the Farmers Union scoreboard and Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard. Just under 9 minutes. We're tied at 0. Huskies' first drive of the day here. 4th down and about 16. Schaefer drops back, looks deep. Now he's going to roll left, and he's going to have to take it with his feet. He gets inside the 35, back to about the 30, reaches forward as far as he can, but he's going to be short of the first down by about 4 or 5 yards. So it'll be a turnover on downs for the Huskies after their first drive. Some positive yards there on the running game, which was good to see for the Huskies.
Yeah, I mean, good to see him be able to gain some yards on the ground. If you take away the one play with the loss of yardage there, pretty positive first possession. The sack just came at the wrong time.
Looking at the starters on the defensive side of the ball, Thomas Ulrich, Jerdevig, Scharfenkamp getting the start again tonight. Worrell, Hunter Owens, Jacob DeVries, Torrey Ulick, Caden Kappas, Bo Arnstein, Colin Samuels, and Des Monzero. There's your starters on defense, once again brought to you by Thrivent and Will Ulick. So setting up in the backfield in the I formation, and a handoff to the fullback goes straight ahead for about 3 or 4 yards. And I believe that was to Shape.
Well, you know they're going to keep it on the ground.
That was Wendell, Luke Wendell that carried there. Wendell on the year, he's got 16 rushes for 79 yards. 5-yard average for that young man. Wendell, a 6'1", 200-pound fullback. Quarterback, Cale Griebel. Rolls to the right, and he's covered up there by a couple of Huskies. And I see on the tackle was DeVries. I didn't see who else got up off the pile there. Again, those numbers are tough to see.
It's tough to see with the black jerseys and the gold numbers there. But Wahpeton in a little bit of a blitz there right up the middle, able to penetrate and get the tackle for loss. That's what you got to do.
3rd down 9. Again, Valley City Highlanders not a passing team, so they're in an I formation. One receiver split out to the right. Fair back, and he gets the handoff, and the Huskies are going to cover him up, and it'll be 4th down and almost 10 again. I think he got tackled for a loss back there by the Huskies.
So a good job of penetrating the offensive line there, and Wahpeton able to get a couple of tackles for losses here early.
And I see Caden Kappas got up in the tackle on the pile, and there was somebody else in there also. But going back now to punt for Valley City is Max Fair. And Des is back deep. And we got a timeout on the field. So we can take a timeout here as the play clock was down to 5 seconds. So I believe it was Valley City that called that timeout, Brian. So we'll take a timeout here as well. Is that all right? Okay, we'll take a break. We'll be right back with more Husky football. Sports injuries can put a damper on a young athlete's high school career. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is here to make sure you get back to playing the sport you love. Whether it's a knee, shoulder, ankle, or back pain, our OSPTI experts will use their knowledge to rehab and strengthen that injured area for a full and complete recovery. Stay in a game with OSPTI. All major insurances are accepted. Call us at 218-641-7725, or you can find us on Facebook at OSPTI, or check us out on the web at www.ospti.net. Caden Kappas received, they came back really quick after that timeout. Kappas was back to receive the punt, and I thought it might have been interference there. They got to give a couple yards on that, I think, Brian, but they did not call it. And I'm thinking that's what the coaches are trying to talk to the referees about. There was no flag on the play, but they are going to let it go the way it looks, so it's going to be recovered about 12 yards back further than what it was when Caden Kappas first originally caught the ball. But There was contact almost immediately.
There was contact there. I'm really surprised there wasn't a penalty there. You've got to give him room to catch the ball.
Yep.
And there was no leeway there at all. And looks like Gilby's talking to the official there.
Yeah, he is. He's still going at it there with him. And they wave it off, so it looks like it's going to continue on from where it is. The ball's placed at the 27-yard line of the Huskies. Schaefer gets the snap. He rolls over and gives it over to Arnstein, and it's nothing there. Probably a loss of 2.
Not a lot of room over there. Those big guys come barging through the line. The offensive line's got to shore it up a little bit there on the left side.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 12 here for the Huskies. Ball placed at their own 25-yard line. Schaefer sends 2 to the right, 1 to the left. He's got Arnstein in the backfield beside him. Motion to the left is Samuels. He sets in the slot position. Schaefer slings it sidearm to Kappas and just out of his reach at the 35-yard line, incomplete.
Yeah, that's one that Caden had to kind of do a little check there just to make sure that he wasn't going to get his head taken off.
Yep. As the defensive player, I believe.
And that incomplete brings up a 3rd and 12 for the Huskies.
I believe that was Peter Byrne. Or Bryn, excuse me. Again, the Huskies come to the line now. 3rd down and 12. Huskies put themselves in a tough situation here. Schaefer drops back, looks across the middle, complete again this time, and it's going to be close to a 1st down. Very close to a 1st down. It depends on the spot there. Once everybody gets up, it is very close to a 1st down. We'll see where they mark it. Looks like it might be a little short. Giving that reception to Monzero. Again, it's tough for everybody to see. I don't want to keep making excuses here as a play-by-play guy, but those numbers are tough. And I know the players like those black uniforms, and it's all black. The players like them. That's their favorite uniform. But for people like us, Brian, and the PA announcer here, Noel Eckroth, it's a tough night.
Well, they do look good, that's for sure. We will say that. We had the same issue in basketball. We had a set of black uniforms as well, and especially when we played at Science School, the crow's nest is really high up there, and it's really tough to see those numbers from way up top.
So it's 4th down and 1, and the Huskies are going to go for it here early. We're at 5:22 to go here in the first quarter on the Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard, and Kyle DeVries. We're tied at 0. Both teams have had 1 possession. The Huskies are on their 2nd possession, and you can see it's 4th down and short. And the Huskies with Monzero and Arnstein in the backfield alongside Schaefer in the shotgun. He hands it off to Monzero, gets to the 35, and he's stuffed, and he's not going to make it. As the whistle blows, and forward progress is going to be about a yard short for no gain, so the Huskies turn it over on downs again.
Yeah, just pile it up right there in the middle and just know where to go. Tough up front for the offensive line, and Valley just strong defensively with those front linemen.
So again, the Huskies turn it over on downs. The ball's placed at the 36-yard line of the Huskies. It's coming out here now in the offensive set here for Valley City. Grable hands it off, gets it over to Wendell, and he goes straight ahead and plows ahead for a gain of maybe 5 or 6. So a gain of 5. No, we're going to mark it 6 as the ball is placed right at the 30-yard line. So it's going to be 2nd down and 4 for the Highliners. As Grable handed it off to Luke Wendell, he dives straight ahead in the fullback position. Again, he's averaging 5 yards a carry here on the season. Just 16 rushes for the young man, but he's averaging 5 yards a carry from the fullback position. Deep in the eye, Max Fair. Grable under center. Takes a snap, and again, hand off to Wendell. Plows straight ahead again. Keep going to the well, and gets another 5 yards the way it looks, and I think they're going to mark it as a 1st down as he just gets inside the 25. Yes, they're waving the flags on. So when it ain't broke, I guess, Brian, you keep on working it.
You just got to go with it. We know what they are, and they're just going to keep putting it on the ground.
Fair hasn't seen much of the ball yet. He's deep in the eye again here as Wendell's been getting the bulk of the carries here so far in the first quarter. 3:49 to go here in the first. Grable hands it off. This time it's stuffed and met there very well by the Huskies. And again, getting up there was Jacob DeVries from the pile. 3.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter on the Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard. We're still tied at 0. It's going to be, so we got a flag on the play, Brian? I didn't see it.
Looks like the
Valley City Highliners didn't even know it either. There is a flag over here on the near sideline. Let's see what they call it. Illegal procedure on the Highliners was declined, so it's going to be 2nd and 10 from the 20, actually a little bit of a loss there. So it's going to be second. We'll call it 2nd and a long 10. So the Huskies hold on first down, so they declined the penalty on the Highliners.
Here comes your
Again, Grable sets up under center. Griebel, excuse me. And a pitch to the outside to Fear. He's going to get around the corner inside the 30, inside the 25, and down close to the 21-yard line. So he carries it forward for a gain of about 4 or 5 yards. They place the ball the nose right on the 20-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd down and 6. So we'll call it a long 5, maybe 6 yards. The ball's placed right at the nose, right at the 20-yard line as Griebel sets up under center again. This time split to the left in the slot position is Wendell. Fair in the backfield. Drops back. He's looking to pass. Comes over to the left side and just overthrows Wendell as he's trying to clear in the flat, and it's incomplete pass. It'll bring up 4th down.
Well, they don't throw it often, but you've got to expect them to put it in the air at some point. So you got to still be aware of it. They're not going to keep it on the ground the entire time. They will put it in the air when they need to.
They do have a kicker, Jay Kupitz. I do not see him on the field right now, so I'm guessing they're going to go for it here on 4th down and 6. And they are. So Griebel's going to go under center. No, now he steps back, and he's going to go into the shotgun position. Right behind him is Fair. Snap. He's looking to his left. Going to roll to his left. It's open. And the Huskies are not going to catch him here before he gets the first down. He gets inside the 10 and pushed out of bounds there on the near sideline by Torrey Ulick. So it's a first down as he had tried to attempt the pass, rolled to his left, and he got the first down on the attempted pass, turned into a rush.
That's where you just got to contain and try and stay home and not let them break that line of scrimmage. Quarterbacks can be dangerous when they have a little bit of time back there, and then the receivers are covered, and it's almost like just an automatic quarterback draw there.
So it's 1st and goal here for the Highliners as Griebel sets up under center again. And we have movement on the offensive line. It'll be illegal motion by the offense, a 5-yard penalty. So it'll still be first down for the Highliners. It's just going to be a little bit further for the first down and goal as they mark off 5 yards. Ball's placed just inside the 14. Again, a beautiful evening here. Temperature about 48 degrees. No wind here at Frank Burton Field. Beautiful evening for football. All right, Griebel gets under center here. Again, the ball placed right at the 14-yard line. Wendell and Fair. Gives it off to Wendell on the counter, goes off to the right side, and a nice tackle made there by the Huskies. And I believe that was Caden Kappas on the tackle right at midfield, and a gain of about 2 or 3, maybe 2.
Kappas doing a good job on defense there.
Caden Kappas, looking at the stats here for the Huskies, ended up came into tonight's game about 3rd in tackles on the team with 35. Leading the way is Bo Arnstein with 39, and Torrey Ulick had 38 for the Huskies. Griebel sets back, he drops, looks to his left, and pass is completed at about the 6-yard line. Des Monzero on the coverage makes the tackle, but it's going to be 3rd down and goal to go from the 6-yard line.
Good tackle there by Des. It's a nice open field tackle on the catch. saving the touchdown there.
So 3rd and goal from the 6 for the Highliners. The minute 13, the Huskies tried going for it at about the 36-yard line on 4th down and 1 and were unsuccessful and turned the ball back over. And the Highliners are trying to make this work out for them here as Griebel sets up in the shotgun with Fair behind him here on 3rd and 6. Griebel rolls to his right and pass intended on the far side, and it is complete for the touchdown. And the pass was completed over on the far side. I believe, was that William Eggert? Number 14? No, 24, excuse me. 24. Peyton's on.
Yep.
Peyton's on the touchdown. So a 6-yard touchdown pass for Valley City at the 49-second mark of the first quarter.
So like we said, they do like to keep it on the ground, but they can put it in the air when they need to.
Cuppets in to try and Kupitz in to try and kick the extra point. Snap is down, kick is up, and no good, just wide right. Missed the kick to the right. So that is going to wrap up your score here with 49 seconds to go in the first quarter. On your Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard, the Valley City Highliners strike first. They scored 6, and your Wahpeton Huskies 0. We'll be right back after a break, and we'll have the kickoff coming up next on Three Borders Sports Network. Sports injuries can put a damper on a young athlete's high school career. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is here to make sure you get back to playing the sport you love. Whether it's a knee, shoulder, ankle, or back pain, our OSPTI experts will use their knowledge to rehab and strengthen that injured area for a full and complete recovery. Stay in the game with OSPTI. All major insurances are accepted. Call us at 218-641-7725, or you can find us on Facebook at OSPTI, or check us out on the web at www.ospti.net. Welcome back to Frank Burton Field. I'm Joe Schreiner, joined by Brian Watson right here on Three Borders Sports Network. On the Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard, the Valley City Highliners 6, the Wahpeton Huskies 0. 49 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Kupitz going to kick off here for the Highliners, going to kick deep to Munzero's going to get underneath it again at about the 19-yard line. Dez had a good return last time. He gets up the middle, across the 40 to about the 42, and is tackled there by a host of Highliners at about the 42-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Huskies with 41 seconds to go here in the first quarter. And we want to thank a new sponsor that we have tonight, along with all of our other sponsors. The Wahpeton All Sports Booster Club scoreboard sponsor is Farmers Union Insurance. Our Red Zone sponsor, Scott's Electric. Halftime sponsor, Richland IFC. First quarter kickoff sponsor, RDO Equipment. And our starting lineup was brought to you by Thrivent Will Ulick. Our injury report was by OSPTI. And our pregame show brought to you by the Daily News. Our new sponsor, and we'll talk about that in a second, is Gripper Sports. We want to thank Grippers for joining us here on Three Borders Sports. 41 seconds, Schaefer to the right, one to the left, and a little backfield pass, and it's bobbled, and I believe that's going to be considered. Over on the near sideline, they're saying incomplete.
They're waving it off as an incomplete pass, but that was really close to being a backwards pass and a fumble.
I think folks are going to rewind that one on Three Borders Sports Network when they're watching that one at home.
That one was pretty close there, Joe.
Someday we'd like to have replay for you folks, but you can do that at home on your computers here and maybe take a look at that one. But we'll let it go. They called it incomplete, so it's going to be 2nd and 10. Again, 2 to the left this time, 1 to the right. Over on the near sideline is Dez, the near hash mark, I should say. Schaefer takes a snap, fakes a handoff, looks down the middle, and completes the pass across the middle. Coming across, I believe, was Dez Munzero, and he gets it up to the 40-yard line of the Highliners for the first down.
Dez coming right across the middle there, a little drag route, able to pick up the first down there.
So it's 19 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Dez gets a nice completion here from Schaefer, coming across the middle, like Brian said, on the drag route for the completion and the first down at the Highliner 40. So the Huskies, again, moving the ball here. One receiver to the right, one to the left, two in the backfield. Samuels motions to the left, settles in the slot position. Handoff to Manzero, goes straight up the middle and tackled from behind. After a gain of about 3, he was tackled from behind by Landon Hansen of Valley City. So a 3-yard carry there for Dez. Positive yardage on the running game, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter here on your Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard. The Valley City Highliners 6, the Wahpeton Huskies 0. We'll be right back after these messages with quarter number 2 right here on Three Borders. The Wahpeton All Sports Booster Club would like to thank those individuals, families, and businesses who sponsored Husky sports over the years. 2020 has been a challenging year for us all, but we hope you'll continue supporting Husky athletics through the Wahpeton All Sports Booster Club. To learn more about what we do for the Huskies, please visit www.wahpetonboosterclub.com or go to our Facebook page. Thanks from the Wahpeton All Sports Booster Club. All right, we are back here for quarter number 2. The Highliners come out onto the field after the short timeout. Thanks for joining us here on 3BSN. I'm Joe Schreiner alongside Brian Watson here for tonight's call. Again, the Highliners scored on a 6-yard touchdown pass from Griebel to Zahn over in the far sideline in the corner over there for a 6-yard completion, and the extra point kick was missed. So we are at 6-0 here as the Huskies come out from their quarter break here in their timeout. Once again, the Huskies offense, Blake Schaefer, Bo Arnstein, Caden Kappas, Trayton Link, Desmond Zero, Colin Samuels, Chase Wickren, Josh Byer, Landon Schauer from camp getting the start tonight, Riley Timian, and Logan Jurdevig. Schaefer comes out into the shotgun, Arnstein right behind him. 2 to the left, 2 to the right, steps back, and he's got to roll out of the pocket. He's going to have to make something happen on his feet. Comes back across his middle there, or across his body a little bit. A little dangerous there, Brian, as the quarterback throws across his body, and sometimes that causes an issue.
That's a tough throw to make, and just got to be careful there. You're throwing it across the middle in a crowd there. That ball gets tipped, and it gets picked off.
I see over on the far sideline, I think the number was 64. I believe that's Brady Guschetti. Over on the sideline there, he's kneeling and being attended to by and now he stands up on his own and walks away, so he must have just had a brief injury there, so he got up on his own. Looks like he's fine. There was a brief timeout over on the far sideline. So it's 3rd down and 7 now for the Huskies. Schaefer drops back, passes over in the flat and intended for Desmond Zero, overthrows Dez, and it'll be 4th down for the Huskies.
Yeah, Dez not ready for that one. A little bit of a timing route and just not able to get there, get his head turned around there.
So rather than give the Highliners a short field again, the Huskies are going to punt as Caden Kappas drops back in punt formation.
Yeah, I think it's good here, Joe. You play a little field position here.
Deep to return. Number 10, Gavin Gerhardt.
Back in punt formation is Caden Kappas.
And I believe number 30, Luke Wendell.
Wendell is back to receive. Kappas gets it away, end-over-end kick. Bounces at about the 18 and lands at about the 13, so it's going to be a dead ball there and downed by the Huskies at about the 12 or 13. We're going to call it the 13-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Highliners from their own 13-yard line. As a good kick there inside the 20 by Caden Kappas. Pins the Highliners inside their own red zone.
Now you just got to call up on your defense to contain Valley on offense here and see if you can play a little field position game. Keep them, 3 and out, and then you can get the ball back in good field position.
So again, Griebel not going to go under center. He'll stop in the shotgun position. He's got Fair behind him. One receiver on each side. He's going to drop back to pass. Looks across the middle, and pass is completed at about the 24-yard line, and it's going to be close to a first down, And it was completed over on the near side.
I was just going to say there, Joe, I wonder if Valley's going to maybe start to put the ball in the air a little bit. They've had some success. They scored the touchdown by throwing the ball. You might see them throw it a little bit more than they normally do here tonight.
Aiden Jacobson on the reception for Valley City, 5'11" sophomore. So Griebel having some success in the air against the Huskies. Now he's up under center. Fair back behind him. And ball is on the ground as there was wasn't. Let's see if the Huskies recovered. They say they've got the ball, but I don't think they're going to come up with it. It'll be Highliner ball. Looked like he was trying to get it over to Fair, Brian, and he didn't quite get the handoff there and kind of dropped it in between the two of them.
I think there was some true miscommunication there. I think Fair might have been running a different play. He was going wide out towards the 7 hole there, and the quarterback was more in the 5 hole, and just a big gap there, and it came loose. We were in the backfield early, but just not able to come up with the ball.
We have an injury timeout on the field. It's one of the Huskies players sitting down there as he's being attended to. The Huskies coming over for a drink of water on their own bench.
Can't see what number that is there.
I can't either. It could be, I shouldn't say that because I'm not sure. I was going to guess there, but don't want to guess and then make mom and dads or grandmas and grandpas or somebody nervous and it's not their relationship. So I see Sterling Warney heading over. I'm afraid, I think it's one of the linebackers. Let's see, nope, I was thinking it was Jacob DeVries, but it's not. He's over here. And coming off the field, I believe, is Landon Scharfenkamp. Yes, it is. So it was Landon Scharfenkamp down on the ground. He's up and walking. He's walking with Chantel Shute there, walking back under his own power. He just came off the injured list and is back for the Huskies, and tonight was his first start back tonight for the Huskies. So he walks off the field, doesn't go to the bench. He's still standing on the side. He's moving his right leg, so I don't know if it was a cramp, a knee. He seemed like he was walking off all right. All right, here we go. 2nd down and 10 now for the Highliners. And this time they do hand it off to Fair, and he plows up the middle, goes forward to about the 33, 34-yard lines for a gain of about 4 or 5.
You got to keep it at that 4 or 5. Even 4 is too many, but you certainly can't give him the 8 that he averages.
Right. 10:34 to go here in the second quarter on the Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard. Valley City leads Wahpeton 6-0. We want to thank our new sponsor, Gripper Sports. How about that, Ryan? We got Gripper on board with us tonight.
Got us a fancy new sign. We like Gripper.
They got that new sign down there, the Roland Vinyl Print Cutter. Make sure you stop down and see the guys, Tyler and Gripper, and talk to him about sign making. Griebel rolls to his right. He's getting chased from behind, and he's going to get tackled for a loss in the backfield. And getting up off that sack is that Trayton Link, I think it was. DeVries was there. I also believe for the Huskies, I believe that, I'm not sure. I can't read those numbers. I think it was Hunter Owens was in the vicinity too as well for the Huskies.
You got to give the secondary some credit there for making sure the coverage is good there. That caused that sack.
So that's going to cause the Highliners to punt on 4th and 12 from their own 21-yard line. So the Huskies successful here, going to get the ball back hopefully at midfield or on the Highliner side of the field. Where's the punt? And it's kicked, and it's going to go past and beyond Caden Campus, and it's going to roll to about the 30-yard line. So they went right to the side. The Huskies only had one player deep to receive the punt, and Valley City punter kicked it off to the side, and there was no chance for a return on that one, and then it rolled all the way down to the 30-yard line, so almost a 50-yard punt.
I think a punter will take that anytime they can get it, that's for sure.
Yes, sir.
You know, as for Wahpeton, you want to try and get a return there so that you can sort of play that field position game. You just don't want to put yourself in a hole farther back than you need to be. Sometimes it's better to have 2 guys back there, especially if you're not going to go after the kicker.
So Schaefer in the backfield. He's got Manzero and Arnstein beside him. Takes a snap, hands it off to Arnstein. He's going to bounce around, go up the middle, almost breaks it. He does. Gets up across the 40 to the 43. After a couple bounces and a couple missed tackles, he carries it forward for about 13 yards and a first down.
Way to stay on your feet there. Putting his hand down and just getting the extra yards there.
So ball's placed just short of the 44 of the Huskies here with 9 minutes to go here in the second quarter for the Huskies. They trail the Valley City Highliners 6-0. Huskies break the huddle. This time 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Arnstein deep. behind Schaefer in the shotgun. Valley City in a 3-4 offense or defense, and a carry off to the right side, right up to the middle, center of the field, I should say. And a carry there by Arnstein is a gain of about 1 or 2 yards. Ball placed right at the 45, so we'll call it a gain of 2. So 2nd and 8 for the Huskies, and the clock keeps on ticking here in the second quarter. 8:10 to go here. Highlanders lead 6-0. This time trips right. One lone receiver to the left. Schaefer in the shotgun. Drops back, looks to his right. Now comes back over to his left. Now he's got to roll, and he's going to miss shirt tackle, so Schaefer keeps it going with his feet, being chased over there, and he's going to come all the way down, and he finds Kappas wide open. And Caden not quite able to break it. Wide open, but I believe that's Caden Kappas down inside the 15-yard line. Nice extension of the play by Blake Schaefer. Finds Kappas streaking down the far sideline, and for the completion, gets it up inside the 15 or right at the 15-yard line.
Joe, you had a conversation on this past week's coaches show with Gilby about Blake Schaefer and how he's able to extend plays with his feet, and that right there is just a perfect example of how valuable a quarterback is that's mobile and can make things happen with his legs.
And they figure out that sixth sense of where the line of scrimmage is, and he knew where that was, and he released the ball just before he crossed it. Schaefer drops back, rolls again to his right. Now he's got to throw the ball and get rid of it. Back in the end zone, caught for a touchdown. Huskies score and put 6 on the board.
I can't tell who caught that.
I'm still trying to. Was it Dez? I think it was. Or was it Kappas?
That's hard to tell.
All right. Anyway, the Huskies score on a 15-yard pass. We will find out who that was, too, here at the break here when we take a break. And Desmond Zero in the kick.
Oh, boy.
Oh, and a low snap, and Dez has got to pick it up and run with it now. He's coming around the near side, gets it to 5, and he gets in for 2 off the missed point attempt as Dez gets the 2-point conversion on the run. What a turn of events that was. Dez was going to be lined up to kick the extra point. Low snap, couldn't handle it, and he picks it up and runs around the near side for the 2-point conversion. So the Huskies lead at the 7:19 mark. 8-6 on the Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard with 7:19 to go here in the second quarter. Brian, we'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll find out for sure if that pass was to Dez or who it was to. We'll be right back. The Wahpeton All Sports Booster Club would like to thank those individuals, families, and businesses who sponsored Husky sports over the years. 2020 has been a challenging year for us all, but we hope you'll continue supporting Husky athletics through the Wahpeton All Sports Booster Club. To learn more about what we do for the Huskies, please visit www.wahpetonboosterclub.com or go to our Facebook page. Thanks from the Wahpeton All Sports Booster Club. All right, welcome back to Frank Virton Field. Joe Schreiner alongside Brian Watson here on Three Borders Sports Network. Again, we apologize for the numbers and unable to read them as Kappas kicks off, and we'll cover the touchdown pass here in a second as the tackle is made right at the 35-yard line where it's picked up there by Valley City on the short kickoff. So 8-6 lead for the Huskies. The pass, the long 40-yard pass was to Caden Kappas, and so Kappas with that long reception along the far sideline. We had that correct, Brian. But the touchdown pass, the 15-yard touchdown pass, was completed to Colin Samuels. So Colin Samuels with the completion and the touchdown catch over there on the far sideline from Blake Schaefer. So Samuels with the touchdown and a 2-yard run by Dez at the 7:19 mark makes the score 8-6 in favor of the Huskies. As we start now this drive here by the Valley City Highlanders at their own 36-yard line. Griebel takes a snap, looks far down the left side, and pass down there on the far side and broken up over there on the far side by Samuels. And a pass And the pass over on the far side was intended for Peyton Zahn, the 6'2", 160-pound receiver for Valley City.
Thought he was going to come down with that one. He looked like he got his hands on it. Just a tough catch to make there. Well-thrown ball, but just a tough catch to make.
Yeah, I think Samuel's got his hand in there, too, to help mix it up a little bit. So we're approaching the 7-minute mark here of the second quarter. Huskies lead 8-6 on the Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard. Griebel under center. Again, he's got the I formation. Wendell and Fair behind him. Hands it off to Wendell, comes on the near side, and he's tackled right there, maybe a gain of 1. So a good tackle by the Huskies as they're fired up now, Brian, as the Huskies got the lead, and a good defensive stand here so far brings up third down and a short 10 or a long 9, whatever you want to call it.
Well, I think after you have just kind of on that extra point there, a play that could have been a disaster and it turns into a successful play, you got to be excited after that.
Third, and we'll call it 9 for the Highliners here as they come to the line of scrimmage now. 6:35 and counting in the second quarter. Wendell's in the slot. Fair behind Griebel, and he drops the snap, and he's got to cover it up there at the 35, and he's going to lose 2 on that one. So it'll be 4th down and 11 for the Highliners as they bring in the punt team.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to kick here, just trying to do a little reverse spin and pitch there. And just not able to execute, and ball falls on the ground.
Yeah,
Huskies going to have take advantage of this here.
I think he spun away just too quick there from the center position, and that caused the fumble. So, again, one receiver back on the punt is Caden Kappas. He stands in the center of the field. If the punter, Fear, kicks it to one side or the other, but it's right at Caden. Caden drops it, but he's going to cover it up and smother it down at the 30-yard line. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the Huskies at the 30-yard line. So Caden lucky to get back on that. It was end over end punt there, and it was those are always tough to handle as a punt receiver. And Caden covered it up well there on the muff.
Yeah, just a little unfortunate not able to handle that one. Would have given himself a couple extra yards here. Just seems like on special teams we seem to go backwards. We've got to be able to execute. Special teams can really, really help you out as far as winning the game goes.
All right, so the Huskies going to want to try and consume 5 minutes, 47 seconds here in the second quarter and go down and end up getting another score here in the second quarter to extend the lead to a 2-possession game. Schaefer in the shotgun. Arnstein behind him. He looks and he rolls over and gives it over to Arnstein. And he's tackled right away for a 5-yard loss. And that little swing pass didn't quite cover it out there for the Huskies with a 5-yard loss, Brian.
No, Valley kind of sniffed that one out, and just it's like a pitch or whatever. I mean, it's a forward pass, but it's more of a handoff after the completion.
So that's going to bring up 2nd down and 15 for the Huskies as the clock continues to wind here. Schaefer comes out and brings up the Huskies 2nd and 15 now. Trips to the right. One to the left. Snap. Fakes a handoff. Goes across the middle. Caught. Coming across the middle. Desmond Zero. Gain of about 10 yards, 11 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 4. So the Huskies pull themselves out of that deep hole situation. But they've still got a little work ahead of them here as it's going to be 3rd and a long 3, maybe 4 yards.
That's a play that the Huskies have a lot of success with. They do a little play action there, and then they have a receiver coming underneath. Either it's a drag route or just a kind of little slant there. And they have a lot of success with that play.
Big play here for the Huskies. 4.5 minutes to go on the Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard. Schaefer gets a snap, looks to his right, throws to his right. Pass intended over on the right in 1st down territory, but it was incomplete, and it's going to be 4th down and 4. Zahn on the coverage there for Valley City, and the pass was intended for Caden Kappas.
Yeah, those are the ones that are dangerous. There's no deep safety there, but when those balls get tipped, they can be picked off.
So it's 4th and 4 for the Huskies at their own 36-yard line. Back to receive the punt. One on each side of the hashes. High snap for Caden, and he gets it off, and it's just off the side of his foot, but it luckily rolls ahead just inside the 40 to about the 38-yard line and goes out of bounds. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Highliners at the 38-yard line and their own 38-yard line. 4:18 to go here on the Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard. The Huskies lead the Highliners 8-6.
That ball kind of came off the side of his foot, but he had to kind of angle it there because there was penetration right up the middle.
He had a lot of pressure up the middle, yep. 38-yard line of the Highliners. Griebel gets up under center. He's got Wendell behind him in the fullback position. Fair behind him in the I formation. Takes the snap, hands it off to Fair. He goes off the left side, off left tackle, gets up ahead, and it carries forward for a gain of about 10. It's going to be close to a first down, they are saying, and moving the chains. So it'll be first down for the Highliners. Ball placed at about the 48. So just about 10 yards, maybe a little over 10 yards, obviously, so get the first down. So there we see that burst by Fair.
Yeah, that's the big chunks of yardage that he's able to pick up, and you can see the speed there right up the middle, getting 10 there.
4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Huskies lead 8-6 on the Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard. Griebel under center. Wendell, Fair behind him, hands it off to Fair. He comes off the right side. He's met at the line by the Huskies. He squirms ahead, gets ahead for a couple yards, and a nice tackle in the backfield there by Jacob DeVries, I believe, was in on that one. So it's going to be a gain of about 4 yards, so it'll be 2nd and 6 for the Highliners at 3.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. The Highliners with 2 timeouts left, the Huskies with 3. Griebel comes up under center. This time Wendell shifted off to the left a little bit. Fair deep in the eye. He gets the pitch, goes to the left. Gets through a couple of Huskies, and he gets across the 40, gets near the 35, close to the 36-yard line. We got a flag right in the middle of the field here as a couple of players were tangled up. One was Trayton Link, and I believe the other was Landon Hansen from Valley City. Hansen's helmet ended up coming off. So I don't know what they're going to call, as there is a flag on the field here with 3:04 to go in the second quarter.
We'll see what the officials come up with here.
The white hat and 2 referees are discussing. They're pointing toward Valley City.
Possible hold here, maybe.
It is a hold. Good call, Brian. So it's going to go backwards for the Highliners. Was there 2 flags? Or were there 2 flags for the same holding against Valley City? And that looks like the only call. Okay. I thought there was a flag there where the 2 players were tangled up and Hansen's helmet came off, but I didn't see any other signals other than the holding, so it's going to go backwards here for the Highliners as the ball's placed at their own 41-yard line. So it's about 2nd and 18 now for the Highliners as they come to the line of scrimmage. Again, this time Wendell's in the slot to the right, Fair behind Griebel, excuse me, I keep saying Griebel. Griebel rolls to the right, gets across the 45, midfield to the 50, and gets down inside the 50 to about the 47. Is going to bring up 3rd and about 5 or 6 yards for the Highliners. So 2:35 to go here in the second quarter. Going to bring up 3rd down, and we will call it 6.
You have 2 quarterbacks that can use their legs there.
Yes.
Highliners, 3rd down and 7 yards to go.
Griebel on the season, 15 rushes for a minus 16 yards, so I suppose most of those were sacks. But tonight he's got some positive yardage with his feet. We're approaching 2 minutes to go here. Ball at the 48-yard line of the Huskies. Pitch out to Fair. He's going to get around the 50. He's to the 45, needs to get close to the 42 for a first down. We'll see where they mark it. It's going to be close, and I'm sure it's 4-down territory for Valley City, Brian.
Definitely going to be 4 downs here. 1:58 to go.
We'll see where they mark it. It is going to be short of the first down, so it will be 4th down for the Highliners. As he couldn't quite make the corner and get around the edge before he went out of bounds over on the far sideline. So we're at 1:58 of the second quarter to go. Huskies facing a 4th and 2 as the Highliners looking to move the ball forward and push it in for a score. The play clock down to 10. Highliners just break the huddle. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and we got movement on the sideline, and that'll be a penalty against Valley City, and that'll mark them back another 5 yards. I don't think they'll go for it now, Brian.
We'll see what happens. I don't think they're going to be able to.
I shouldn't say that, I guess.
But there was movement there. They were rushing to try and get the play off, and they're going to get backed up here.
I believe, yes, they are in punt formation here. As Fair drops back into punt formation, the ball's moved back 5 yards, so it's 4th down and 7 or 8. And Fair back in punt formation. Again, Caden Kapp is back to receive the punt at about his own 20-yard line. Fair gets a snap at his own 40. It's a high punt. And I think we better call for a fair catch, and he does, as he is surrounded. As Caden Kappas was surrounded by, we got more flags coming in here, Brian. I don't know what happened that time. 2 flags on the ground. Yeah, we got a Highliner player on the ground. We got 2 flags on the ground. So the referees must have saw the same thing from different angles. And we'll see what gets called here with 1:51 to go in the second quarter. Huskies lead 8-6 on the Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard. Personal foul against the Huskies.
Yeah, that's you don't need that at this time. You're going to get the ball back here late, under 2 minutes to go. You got a chance to drive down the field and maybe add to this lead. You just don't need a penalty like that to back you up to start it out.
I believe the injured player was Cade Christensen from Valley City, a 5'9", 175-pound senior. He walks off under his own power. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Huskies. They've got 3 timeouts. Ball is placed in about the 14-yard line right in center of the field. So it's 1:51 to go here, second quarter. 1st and 10 for the Huskies at their own 14. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. In the backfield alone. Now joining him in the backfield is Des Manzero. Snap. Hands it off to Manzero. He comes around the near side. Tries to make it around the corner. He does. 15-20. And if Des could have cleared that tackler right there, Brian, he might have ran 85 yards.
Could have gone a long way there.
There was nobody back after that defender. And if he'd have gotten around that, that would have been a long run for Des.
He's got the speed to do it, just couldn't turn the corner there.
So that's going to bring up 2nd and short for the Huskies now. Here's the ball's placed at the 23-yard line. Looks like 2nd and 1. So now the Huskies got something cooking here with 3 timeouts.
Be interesting to see if they keep it on the ground here. You do want to use some clock. I mean, it's only 2 minutes to go, but you want to chew some of that up, but you still want to have positive yards here.
Schaefer. Oh, and the snap is bobbled, unfortunately, and it's picked up there. I believe Arnstein was in the backfield. So it's going to be a loss for the Huskies on the bobbled snap. So it is going to be now the ball's placed back at the 19-yard line and a timeout called. And I didn't see who called the timeout. Valley City called the timeout. So Valley City's trying to pin the Huskies deep here with 1:28 to go in the second quarter, Brian.
Well, I think they want to, try and get the ball back here. If the Huskies can't pick up the first down, they want to try and get the ball back. So a good timeout here by Valley City.
So 3rd and 5 for the Huskies here with 1:28 to go in the second quarter. Nice crowd here. I think the maximum capacity tonight was supposed to be 450 people is what we were told. So they handed out wristbands for vouchers for the fans in attendance here. There are a few student fans down in the corner down there where they usually sit in front of the cheerleaders. But a nice evening to watch football here at Frank Wahpeton Field. I want to thank all of you for joining us here on Three Borders Sports Network 2 and joining us here. Take a look at our YouTube channel. We've got all our other games, our coaches' shows out there. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, we want to thank Gripper Sports for joining us here in their Roland Vinyl Print Cutter. Tyler is working that thing pretty hard and makes up some nice vinyl signs for folks, Brian.
So if you need a sign, that's the place to go.
That's the place to go. We highly recommend it. Gripper Sports, our new sponsor. All right, it's 3rd and 5 for the Huskies here now. Ball on their own 19-yard line. We'll see what they do. And I was going to say there was a little odd formation getting around the corner on the far side. And first down inside the 40-yard line. And 1:16 to go as the clock is stopped on the first down. And I believe, who was that over there that carried the ball? I didn't even get, I couldn't see the runner's number. I'm sorry, folks. Clock has started again here. First down for the Huskies at their own 37-yard line, we'll say. 1:04 and ticking. Schaefer, 2 to the left, 2 to the right, drops back straight, 3 steps. Now he's pushed out to the right. Got to throw to his right. Pass completed at the 50. Carries it forward to the 45 and out of bounds, stopping the clock for the Huskies at about the 46-yard line of the Huskies. And on the far sideline to receive that pass, is it Samuels?
Caden Kappas over there.
5 or 2, I can never tell. So Caden Kappas again with another nice reception for the Huskies. 53 seconds to go here. Clock is stopped because he went out of bounds. Ball at the Highliners 46. So now the Huskies turn it around thanks to the timeout by the Highliners, taking advantage of the extra time. Trips to the left. Schaefer takes a snap. Looks to his left, now back over to the right. Finds Kappas going deep on the far side. And nice break up over on the far side. Caden was covered well over on that far sideline. Over on the far sideline on the coverage. And it looks like number 6, I believe. Is that right? Nope, I don't see. Austin Shape was over there, number 8.
Caden doing a good job trying to come down with that thing. That would have been a tough catch.
It was. His Shape was right there on top of him. Austin Shape, 6'1", 170 pounds. Caden Kappas, 5'10". So a little size advantage for Shape. 47 seconds to go, 2nd and 10. Schaefer takes a snap, looks to his left. Going to roll to his left. Now he moves a little bit, comes back over. Caught over here on the near side. And now they're going to say it was incomplete. They're going to say it was incomplete. As he came down with the ball, was trading link, but they're going to say it was incomplete as Valley City picked it up, and the referee on this side said nope, he didn't have full completion, so an incomplete pass. That was a good thing for the Huskies, really.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that that they call that incomplete. Otherwise, Valley's going the other way with it.
Fortunate for the Huskies, for sure. 38 seconds to go now in the second quarter here, just before halftime. Huskies with 3rd and 10 now. Ball at the Highliner 46. 2 to the right. Manzero in motion to the right. He ends up in the slot formation. Schaefer looks across the middle. Pass intended and incomplete across the middle. It was in first down territory for the Huskies, but it was incomplete. And it'll be 4th and 10 now for the Huskies. So we'll see if Coach Gilbertson wants to punt this or try to go for it here with 34 seconds to go.
Decision time.
It looks like he's calling an offensive play there, Coach. So the Huskies are going to go for it here. 4th and 10 at their own 46. Big play here for the Huskies. Schaefer. Runners on each side of him. They hand it off to Dez. He's going to try and come around the end. Gets through, squeezes across the 40 or 45 and gets up to about the 42. He's going to end up short. So the good thing, the run took some time off the clock. We're down to 25 seconds. But the bad thing is they hand the ball back over to the Highliners.
Yeah, you wanted to run something safe there. You didn't want to. I mean, it doesn't matter if you turn it over. You could throw it deep, but you don't want them to bring it back to the original line of scrimmage there. So you try and run something, see if you can get some positive yards. You want to run a little bit of time off the clock, and now you just got to play defense. Good solid defense here.
So let's see what Griebel does if he comes out and starts throwing the ball. 25 seconds to go here. Huskies lead 8-6 on the Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard. Griebel comes up under center. Wendell behind him, Fair deep. Hands it off to Fair. Let's see if Fair can turn the corner. He does. DeVries chasing him from behind. He gets it and carries it forward for a first down. I believe he'll have enough for a first down as he gets inside Husky territory. 16 seconds on the clock.
Got to try and keep Fair under that 8 yards, and certainly don't want him to go over that.
So they do give him a first down here. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Highlanders. They have one timeout left here with 16 seconds remaining in the half. And they take their timeout right now with the clock stopped. Actually, the clock was started again, got to 14. There's 14 seconds on the clock. The clock was started after the first down because the ball was ready for play, and they stopped the clock then with a timeout. So the Highlanders used their last timeout here of the half with 14 seconds to go, and they are 48 yards away from the end zone. We'll see what happens here when the Huskies put put 6 defensive backs in the game or what they do here. I'm sure Griebel's going to look for a throw of some sort, or they might just hand it off to Fair too. I shouldn't say that.
14 here. Maybe you put one in the air and see what you pick up. And then, if you pick up enough, maybe you can take a shot at the end zone with the last play. You've still got a timeout left, or is that their last one, you said?
Yep, that was their last one.
Okay.
Yep.
So, yeah, if you're going to do anything, you're going to put it in the air here, see if you can pick up a chunk. And then with the last play, you're going to see if you can throw it in the end zone.
Make sure you come back for our Richland IFC halftime show. Richland IFC working with local farmers to provide soybeans and colored corn to the food market. Griebel takes a snap. He's going to roll to his right, looks deep. He gets it completed to about the 31 there, and a tackle at the 31 made by Dez. And the pass was completed to Joseph Cummings. So 10 seconds on the board. Valley City's got a hustle here as they hustle up to the line. Ball is whistled ready for play, and the clock starts. 6 seconds, and he goes over to the near sideline. Pass intended for Shape, and it's incomplete there. And on the coverage for the Huskies was Bo Arnstein. So it's 3 seconds on the board there, Brian.
Right now, you don't have to rush so much here. You're going to throw it in the air, so you can take a little drop here, and you're going to have to throw it in the end zone if you want to get anything out of it. So
back, your safeties are going to go back. I see Schaefer in the back. I see Tori Ulick in the back. Kappas and Dez on the corners. 3 defensive linemen for the Huskies. Griebel in the shotgun. Behind him is Fair. We got a whistle and a timeout. We got a flag come out there at the end. I don't know what happened there, Brian. Is there too many guys on the field? Delay of game. We went to zeros on the play clock, so that makes it 5 yards shorter, or 5 yards longer for the Highliners. So it's 3 seconds to go. Ball's placed now at the 37-yard line of the Highliners. The Huskies lead 8-6.
Doesn't hurt them too much. You're still going to do the same thing here.
Yep. See if they come out in the same formation, and this time they've got 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Fair back deep behind Griebel. Griebel in the pistol position. Takes a snap, drops back, rolls to his left. Looks to his left, getting chased. We got another flag, and it looks like it could be holding. Or something happened there.
Yeah, that's going to be a hold for sure. Hold or a block in the back.
And I believe that was on the ground for the Huskies, I think. I shouldn't probably say it out loud until I know for sure when I see the number. As Chantel Shute comes out to attend to the Husky player. Was holding against the Highliners, so that'll end the half. As the Huskies take the lead here at halftime on your Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard. We'll check the injured player here when we come back. After these messages, we'll let you know who it was and if they get up and walk away here right after these messages. On the Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard, the Valley City Highliners 8, the Valley City Highliners 6, the Wahpeton Huskies 8. We'll be back after these messages. Scott's Electric in Wahpeton is a proud supporter of high school athletics. If you're in need of commercial, industrial, agricultural, or residential electric service, call Scott's Electric at 642-9244. Licensed and bonded in North Dakota, Minnesota, and South Dakota, offering 24-hour electrical service. Check out Scott's Electric website at www.scottselectric.net. Scott's Electric. At Richland IFC, we are dedicated to working with growers through relationships based on longevity and mutual benefits for all parties involved. Richland IFC and its growers utilize superior cropping and processing systems that yield products and ingredients of the highest quality and integrity for our food manufacturers. Richland IFC proudly supports Husky sports. Financial wishes the Wahpeton Husky Fall sports teams and coaches the best of success. Thrivent is proud to have the opportunity to support this community and help those who live and work here make the most of their time, talents, and treasures. Call Will Ulick, your local Thrivent financial professional. If you're interested in putting plans that align with your values into action, please call Will Ulick at 701-642-1108. Thrivent Financial. The Wahpeton All Sports Booster Club would like to thank those individuals, families, and businesses who sponsored Husky sports over the years. 2020 has been a challenging year for us all, but we hope you'll continue supporting Husky athletics through the Wahpeton All Sports Booster Club. To learn more about what we do for the Huskies, please visit www.wahpetonboosterclub.com or go to our Facebook page. Thanks from the Wahpeton All Sports Booster Club. The Wahpeton Daily News wishes all of the Wahpeton Husky sports teams the best of luck this fall. The Wahpeton Daily News thanks you for supporting local journalism, including the News Monitor and the Daily News. Keep up with local news, sporting events, and personal interest stories in our papers. The Daily News offers an e-newsletter for more information at your computer. Check out www.wahpetondailynews.com for much more information. The Daily News supports all area sports teams and wishes the best of luck this season.
Service for season-long performance. RDO does that in Breckenridge. With fall fast approaching, you need to prepare your lawn equipment for leaf and snow removal. At RDO, we'll perform all regularly scheduled maintenance and switch out attachments, so your John Deere and other brands will run at peak performance all season long. We'll even pick up and deliver your equipment. Talk about easy. Call 218-643-2601 to schedule your service at RDO in Breckenridge.
Sports injuries can put a damper on a young athlete's high school career. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is here to make sure you get back to playing the sport you love. Whether it's a knee, shoulder, ankle, or back pain, our OSPTI experts will use their knowledge to rehab and strengthen that injured area for a full and complete recovery. Stay in the game with OSPTI. All major insurances are accepted. Call us at 218-641-7725, or you can find us on Facebook at OSPTI, or check us out on the web at www.ospti.net.
Here, every town is a sports town, and why not? Sports were important to us growing up, and we want the same for our kids. To get involved, because that's how kids learn to lead, and why Farmers Union Insurance supports these programs. Farmers Union Insurance. They don't just protect our community, they invest in it.
Welcome back, everybody, to Frank Verton Field. Joe Schreiner alongside Brian Watson here. Three Borders Sports Network, 3BSN. We appreciate everybody joining us here for Husky football on a Friday night in October. Beautiful Friday night here in Wahpeton, North Dakota. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Thanks, everybody from Valley City tuning in tonight, too, as well. We appreciate you guys tuning in to Three Borders Sports Network. Welcome back to our Richland IFC halftime show. Richland IFC. IFC stands for Innovative Food Crops, working with local farmers to provide soybeans and colored corn to the food market. Richland IFC, our halftime sponsor. We want to thank them for doing that. All right, Brian, we've got a halftime score here of the Huskies leading the Highliners 8-6. So it's going to be important for the Huskies to be able to close this out here, go in with a win. You know, they had a good game against Hazen. They went to overtime, couldn't quite carry it out. So now the Huskies got to learn how to get that final
push.
That's what word I was trying to look for. But.
I mean, sometimes when you go for such a long time without winning a game, you forget how to win. You know, the term is, well, they got to learn how to win.
Yeah, there you go.
But I think one of the keys to this game is going to be special teams. You've got to be able to get some positive yards out of the special teams game. There have been a couple punts where we've either kind of bobbled the return or we just kind of let it go over our head, and then we end up pinning ourselves maybe another 10, 15, 20 yards back where you could put those 10, 15 yards on the positive side. So I think that's going to be one of the keys in the second half. And then you got to try and slow down the running game of Valley City a little bit as well. You can't let them get those big chunks. You know, they're getting those 8, 10-yard chunks, what they average, you've got to kind of slow that down a little bit. And if you can do that, then get things going on the offensive end the way that you have. Go back to some of your bread and butter plays, that little drag route underneath or a little slant, after play action. You still got to try and run the ball a little bit, but then just take advantage of your weapons across the middle. And then when you get those chances, take those shots on the outside to cap us when you have an opportunity.
All right, so there you go. There's the coach's thoughts on that first half here. We'll take a look at the scoring here. First of all, in the first half, Valley City scored first here with 49 seconds to go in the first quarter on a pass to Zahn, a 6-yard pass over to the pylon over in the corner, and the missed extra point by a kick failed, so it was 6-0 lead for Valley City. Then at the 7:19 mark, after a 40-yard pass completion along the far sideline to Caden Kappas, a 15-yard pass to Colin Samuels scored a touchdown for Wahpeton, and a 2-point conversion on the attempted kick, and a bad snap results in a 2-yard run for Desmond Zero for the 2-point conversion.
Well, there's those special teams there. You see Wahpeton try and do something a little bit different that you really don't see out of a Wahpeton team, try and kick the extra point.
Yeah.
I think that would have come in handy, a couple of weeks ago against Hazen, but they try and remedy it. They know that's something that they need. It's something that can help them down the stretch here. They line up for it. They have a little miscue on the snap, but then you get some positive things out of Des being creative and using his wheels and getting to the corner of the end zone there.
The boys were pumped after that one, and it worked out well for the Huskies. We closed the end of the first half there with a Husky player on the ground there and being attended to by Chantel Shute, and that player that got up there from the injury there was Jackson Cluton. And Jackson walked off under his own power and carried his helmet off and went to the locker room with the guys. So I'm assuming we'll see Jackson back in the second half. Might have just had the wind knocked out of him. Brian, let's take a look here at the Valley City offensive stats. Grable was 4 for 7, had 40 yards in the first half. So again, coming into tonight, he was only he wasn't 12 of 27. The team was 12 of 27. Grable was 10 of 24 for 70 yards, and he's got 40 here tonight offensively on passing for the Valley City Highliners.
I think that's something that Valley could do. They are a run-first team. WAP's prep for a team that's gonna run the ball a lot. But you see that they can pick some yards up through the air, just some short chunks. They had a good play on the down on the goal line to score the touchdown. They completed a couple passes to the outside there. I don't think they can totally go away from it and just depend on their run game. If they can mix it up a little bit. I mean, when you run the ball as well as they do, you should be able to just take advantage of that play action and pick up those passing yards when you really need it.
All right, let's take a look at the rushing for Valley City. Grable had 6 rushing attempts for 21 yards, 3.5-yard average. Fair had 7 attempts for 37 with a 5.28. So the Huskies limiting him on his averages there. He's lowering his average when he came in averaging close to 8 yards a carry. So far averaging 5.25 yards per carry, 7 carries for 37 yards. And Wendell, 5 for 12 yards. I thought he had more than that, but that's what the stats are that we were handed.
Well, so at least you're keeping him under his average. I mean, he goes at 8 a clip, but you just got to try and limit those big chunks as much as you can, and just be disciplined on the outside. And, the guys up front, those defensive tackles and that nose guard down there, you got to be strong down there and not let them get anything up the middle. And then you can use some of your speed to string things out on the outside to keep them at minimal yards when you can.
All right, let's take a look at the Wahpeton offensive stats here. Blake Schaefer, 8 of 19 for 110 yards. He's got 1 touchdown. His longest pass was 40 yards. He's averaging 14 yards. So he's close to his average here. He was averaging 14.98, and so far in the first half he's averaging 14. But his percentage was down a little bit there. It was less than 50%. He was 8 for 19.
Well, but he's really making things happen with his legs.
He made things happen with his feet again, bud.
I mean, you guys talked about that in the coaches show on the big play that he made. I mean, he should have been sacked.
Yeah.
You know, he kind of turned around and went the opposite direction to the right-hand sideline there, and able to spring himself free, and then able to throw the ball, you know, 40, 50 yards in the air right on the money to pick up that big chunk of yardage, and that led to a touchdown. So the things that he can do with his legs really, really helps him out.
That longest pass of 40 yards was a completion to Caden Kappas. Caden with 2 receptions and 52 yards. He's averaging 26 yards per reception tonight so far. Samuels, two receptions for 26 yards. He had a long of 15, and he has the lone touchdown for the Huskies as they still have the lead here at halftime, 8-6. Also with receiving yards was Des Monzero. He had 3 catches for 37 yards, averaging 12.3 yards per carry. Let's take a look at the rushing. Again, Huskies not known for their rushing here starting out right away, Brian, but Monzero with 5 carries here is most carries of the year so far, I believe. Had 5 carries for 25 yards and an average of 5 with a long of 9. Arnstein had 5 rushes for 45 yards, so he's got 9. His longest was 18 yards. And Schaefer had 3 rushes for a -4. Of course, those are some sacks and some other things that resulted in that for the Huskies. So Huskies doing a little bit of rushing there, 10 rushes for 70 yards approximately.
Yeah, I mean, you can run the ball, but you just got to be disciplined. You got to get good blocking up front. And if you can pick up some yards on the ground and mix in the pass, I think you're in business. But you've got to continue to pick up those positive yards. There was the possession down there where it was 2nd and I think 2 or something like that, 2 or 3. And then we have the bad snap, and then we end up in 2nd and 7 then, and we ended up turning the ball over on downs there, I think. You just got to continue to get those positive yards and limit those miscues. When we kind of talk about that in every sport that we do, those unforced errors, you've just got to limit those miscues and just be consistent. If you can be consistent on offense and be strong on defense, the Huskies might have a chance here.
Well, welcome again to our Richland IFC halftime show. We're just going to go through just a couple more stats defensively here for the Wahpeton Huskies. There were several players with 4 tackles in the first half. Caden Kappas had 4 tackles. Hunter Owens with 4 tackles. Jacob DeVries with 4 tackles. And let's see, who was the other one here I missed? Nathan Worrell had 4 tackles as well. So there's your 4 tackles. Jackson Cluton had 3. Trayton Link had 3. And Desmond 0 with 3 tackles as well. So you've got scattering defensively. Logan Jerdevig also had 3 tackles in the first half. So the Huskies spreading out the defensive side in the first half here too as well. We'll take a break, I think, and we will come back with the second half. Again, we want to thank you for joining us on our Richland IFC halftime show. Richland IFC working with local farmers to provide soybeans and colored corn to the food market. We'll be back right after this break with half number 2. The Huskies lead the Highliners 8-6 on the Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard. Back on Three Borders Sports Network. Athlete's high school career. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is here to make sure you get back to playing the sport you love. Whether it's a knee, shoulder, ankle, or back pain, our OSPTI experts will use their knowledge to rehab and strengthen that injured area for a full and complete recovery. Stay in the game with OSPTI. All major insurances are accepted. Call us at 218-641-7725, or you can find us on Facebook at OSPTI, or check us out on the web at www.ospti.net.
Here, every town is a sports town, and why not? Sports were important to us growing up, and we want the same for our kids. To get involved, because that's how kids learn to lead. And why Farmers Union Insurance supports these programs. Farmers Union Insurance. They don't just protect our community, they invest in it.
Welcome back to Frank Verton Field. I'm Joe Schreiner, joined by Brian Watson here. Three Borders Sports Network as the Huskies going to kick off to the Highliners here to begin half number 2. The Huskies lead 8-6. See what they can do here to hold off the Highliners as Kappas approaches and kicks it, squibs it into about the 35-yard line, picked up there by the Highlanders. Carried it forward to about the 40, and it's whistled dead there at about the 40-yard line. So that carry forward there for the Highliners, I believe, was Derek Deagle carrying the ball there on that short kick. Derek Deagle for the Highliners, leading in tackles for the Highliners. He had 21 coming in tonight, 0 sacks. So the Highliners come out now with the ball at the 41 of their own side of the 50. Ball placed at the near hash. Griebel under center. Wendell and Fair behind him. Turns around, hands it off to Fair. Goes around the right side, almost tripped up there, but does get it forward for a gain of about 3 as the whistle blows, and he is tackled there at about the 43, maybe the 44-yard line. We'll see where they spot it. And it'll be 2nd down and 7 for the Valley City Highlanders. The ball's placed just past the 44-yard line, just short of the 45. So 11:25 to go here in quarter number 3. Huskies lead the Highliners 8-6. Griebel under center. I formation behind him. He rolls back to the right, looks to his right, and a pass completed over on the right side. Short of the first down, just short of the 50. Nope, now they're saying it's incomplete. So he must have bobbled it on the way out of bounds, as the pass over on the far side was intended for Zahn. And it was whistled incomplete. So it'll bring up 3rd down and 7 now. Ball at the 44 of the Highliners. Again, we want to thank all our sponsors: Wahpeton Daily News, OSPTI, Thrivent, RDO Equipment, Richland IFC, Scott's Electric, our Red Zone sponsor, Farmers Union Insurance Scoreboard, Wahpeton All Sports, and Grippers joined us here tonight. So we want to thank Grippers Sports. Grable looks to his left. Throws down the middle and broken up there, almost picked off. Coming across there, I believe that was Torrey Ulick breaking that one up. So it's going to be 4th down and 7 for the Highliners. Pass, I believe, was intended for Cummings. And Torrey Ulick on the breakup of that one. Back deep for the Huskies at his own 23-yard line is Caden Kappas. Back to punt is Fair. Gets the snap at the 32, steps up to about the 35 and kicks it deep. Kappa's going to let it roll. Gets down inside the 20. It's going to roll toward the sideline, and it's down there at the 17 or 18-yard line. And it's whistled dead there by Gavin Gerhardt. Downs the ball for the Highliners, as Gerhardt stays out there on defense, one of the safeties for the Highliners. Brady Gussetti, Landon Hansen, Carson McGough, Cade Christensen, Joseph Cummings, Derek Deagle, Austin Shape, Drew Zahn, Luke Wendell, Peyton Zahn, and Gavin Gerhardt are your defensive starters for Valley City. Huskies come out now 1st and 10 at their own 18 on the near side, on the near hash mark. 2 to the right here, Desmond 0. And Schaefer gets the snap. He's going to drop back. He's getting pressured, and he's got to make it extend the play with his feet again, and he gets it down and almost picked off here by Schaefer as the pass was intended for Trayton Link at about the 45. Again, Schaefer extending that play a little bit with his feet, Brian, and didn't quite get the pass completion, but he did extend the play and avoided the sack.
Extended it like you need to, but just not able to put it where it was supposed to go, and in danger of getting a bit of a pick off there. Yeah,
it was close. Shape came close to intercepting that one as he knocked it down as the pass was intended for Trayton Link. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 now for the Huskies at their own 18. Schaefer deep. Hands it off to the left to Arnstein. He gets up across the 20 to the 23 or 24 for a gain of about 5 or 6. We'll see where they mark it. They're marking it at about the 24-yard line, so a gain of 6. We'll call it 3rd and 4 now for the Huskies with 10:33 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Positive yards. You just want to continue to get positive yards here.
3rd down and 4 for the Huskies.
23 seconds on the play clock for the Huskies as they come to the line now. 3rd down and a long 4. Ball at their own 23-yard line. They got to get to about the 28. Schaefer takes a snap, fakes the handoff, rolls to his left. Now he again sprints to his left. He's going to carry it himself. Doesn't quite make the first down, I don't believe. He gets positive yardage, but I think it's going to be just a little bit short, Brian.
Be interesting to see what the decision is here.
Yeah, they went for it before on their own side of that 50. We'll see what Coach Gilbertson decides to do this time. It's going to be very close. We'll see. They're not going to measure it the way it looks. It's going to be 4th down. So it's going to be 4th and short with 9:59 to go here in the 3rd quarter as the punt team comes in for the Huskies.
Right decision here. I think you don't want to give Valley a chance. You're in good field position if you don't pick it up. Go ahead and kick it away. Your defense did a good job in the first possession of the second half. They're going to have to do it again here.
Gerhardt and Jacobson go back deep for the Valley City Highliners as Kappas gets the snap. Right-footed kicker gets it off the side of his foot, but it's going to bounce and roll. Gets across the 50, inside the 45 to about the 43-yard line. As we got another flag on the play there. And the flag is laying at the Huskies' 38-yard line, and Caden Kappas was on his back there. He got up. So I don't know if it was a block in the back. We'll see what they call here. As the white hat looks over this way. Personal foul against Valley City, so it's going to go against Valley City as I saw Caden Kappas laying on his back there, and that's about where the flag was thrown, so something happened there as Caden Kappas punted the ball, and he ended up on his back there for some reason. And
well, that's going to move him back, and that's going to help Wahpeton out.
Yeah, it was originally marked at about the 43-yard line, and they're going to mark off a 15-yard penalty going back to maybe about the 26-yard line now is where they're going to put it, 27-yard line.
The decision to punt there works out in Wahpeton's favor in a big way.
1st and 10 worked out well, Brian. 9:51 to go here in the 3rd. Griebel under center takes a snap, and a handoff goes straight ahead, and a host of Huskies meet fair there, and the ball is whistled dead for no gain, so it'll be 2nd and 10.
Just a really good job up front there by the Huskies on defense. They're 2 yards into the backfield there.
Scharfenkamp on the tackle. So 9.5 to go down the 3rd. 8-6 lead for the Huskies. Trips to the left now for the Highliners. Griebel under center. Fair in the backfield. Trips to the left and almost, a good read there. I believe that was by Hunter Owens. He almost stepped in right there and took that lateral pass. So Hunter Owens played that one well. He's excited for himself too, and the Huskies are excited as that brings up 3rd now and 10.
Just need another solid stand just like that there and make Valley punt the ball. And then maybe you get the ball in a decent field position. If you can get something out of the return, get a stop here and then try and get something on special teams.
Again, 3rd and 10, trips to the left again. Griebel he's in the pistol position. He's going to roll to his right. He's going to do an option play that way, and he does break a couple tackles, but he's not going to be getting the first down as he does cross the 30, gets to about the 32 or 33, and it'll be 4th down for the Highliners.
That's a good job on defense. We've had some problems handling the option in past games, so a good defensive stand there. Now you need to try and get something out of this return.
Huskies had trips to the right, or excuse me, the Highliners had trips to the left, and the Huskies chased that option play to the right and tackled it short of the first down. Kappas back to receive again, and a tackle again right on top of it. Again, not a lot of room for Caden to catch that ball, but he did well to catch it and not let it roll any further than it did. Again, a little interference there. In my opinion, sorry folks.
It would be nice if you could have another back there. You know, you can get a little extra blocking if you need to, and give yourself some options if the ball is kicked to one side or the other.
So Caden Kappas did a nice job of catching that one at the 34-yard line, so it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Huskies at their own 34. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Schaefer in the gun. Munzero in motion to the left, and it's going to be a swing pass to Dez, and he's met there right away as soon as he catches that one for a tackle for a loss.
Yeah, I don't think there's been much positive yards out of that play tonight. I think that's the 3rd time they run that, and it's got the same result.
It seems like whatever the Huskies do on the outside, again, an injured player down on the field for Valley City. So we've got a timeout on the field with 8:14 to go on the Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard. 8-6 lead for the Huskies here. No scoring so far in the 3rd quarter. Looks like a cramp or a Charlie horse or something over there as they're working on looks like a right leg. And there was a holding penalty, and it's declined. There was a holding penalty there, Brian, too, as well. So the Huskies whistled for a flag on that one, but the Highliners are going to take the 5-yard loss on the carry, or on the reception, excuse me, and be 2nd down and 15 for the Huskies.
So the penalty doesn't hurt you much, but the loss of the down, which is the decision that Valley chose there, loss of 5 yards, and then now it's still 2nd down rather than taking the yardage and having to be 1st down again.
I'm going to say it's a loss of 6 yards total here, so it's going to be 2nd and 16 from the Huskies' 28-yard line. Schaefer, all the receivers are tight, and the handoff is going to come around to Arnstein, and again another loss in the backfield for the Huskies offensively, and it's going to be a loss of about 4 or 5 yards again.
Tough going on the ground here right now. You're probably going to put it in the air here, but something safe. You know, maybe you go back to a little play action and that drag route or that little slant across the middle. See if you can pick up the 1st down or get half of it back. You know.
On defense, Brady Guschetti, Landon Hansen for Valley City. Schaefer in the gun, takes the snap, looks to his left. Now he comes back to the right, completes it across to Caden Kappas. Not much of a gain there, and they're going to be short. It'll be 4th down after a gain of about 6 or 7 yards for Caden Kappas on the pass completion.
Yeah, I think that's all you want to do there. They went with something safe, something that they know they can complete. If you break it, you break it. If not, you're going to go ahead and punt the ball, and then you're going to have to try and play good, solid defense like you've done on the first 2 possessions. You just got to keep it going.
So we're under the 7-minute mark here of the 3rd quarter. Again, nobody has scored here in the 3rd quarter. It's still Huskies 8, Valley City 6. Snap to Kappas. Nice kick there by Caden, up in the air, fielded at the 40, and a nice tackle at the 40 made by Des Munzero. Just runs right over the receiver, Gavin Gerhardt, right at the 40-yard line. Nice tackle by Des.
Well, Des doing his best Valley City impression there on the punt return, saying hello right there as he catches the ball. Good coverage on the special teams there by Des.
Special teams coverage there by Des makes a statement. The senior for Wahpeton, Des Munzero, 5'9", 145-pound senior. Made a little bit of a collision sound there, and the crowd goes ooh and ah on that one. 6:39 to go.
That was a pop.
That was a pop. Griebel under center. Hands it back to Fair, and he's touched in the backfield. Huskies doing a good job in the backfield, stopping Fair on the carry. And that tackle, I believe, was Thomas Ulrich got through there. We'll give him credit because I saw number 50 there. That's one of the times I could read a number, and it was number 50, Thomas Ulrich, on the tackle, and a loss of 1 or 2.
And that's what they need to do. They need to, get that first contact, and then you just need to gang tackle after that, and that way you can keep them to a minimal yardage there.
Thomas, 5'10", 173-pound junior, sneaks through there. He's in the nose tackle position for 173 pounds. He does a good job. Griebel under center, again hands it to Fair. Fair comes around the left side, and he's hit at the 40 and tackled for a gain of maybe 2 or 3 yards. It'll be 3rd and long for the Highliners.
So another good stop, keeping them short there. Now you got to watch out for a little bit of little play action, maybe a screen, something underneath. They did throw something to the outside, and then they did try the option there late in the first half. So you got a couple things that you got to watch out for here.
Coach Model on the field shouting instructions. Covered for Coach Gilbertson last Friday at Hillsboro as the Coach Gilbertson was unable to attend the game. And it's 3rd and 8 for Valley City. Griebel takes a snap, drops back, looks down the middle, throws it down the middle. It's picked off. Picked off there by Caden Kappas across the 50, the 45, the 40. Loses a step and is met there at the 31-yard line. Caden Kappas on the interception return for big yards. Gives the Huskies the ball at the Highliner 31-yard line.
Well, that's what you needed right there. Big time play by a young kid coming up with the interception there. And that's really helping your team out there.
Caden Kappas, the sophomore, 5'10", 150 pounds safety, was playing center field. He plays shortstop on the baseball diamond, but he did a nice job in center field, Brian.
Did a great job of just kind of waiting for it there in the right position to pick that ball off, and then picking up the yardage after the interception. That's big there.
All right, what do you do now? 1st and 10 for the Huskies. Ball at the 31-yard line of the Highliners. Schaefer takes a snap, drops back, looks across the middle, and he throws an interception. Picked off over there by Zahn, and he's tackled at the 27-yard line. So it'll be a back-to-back turnovers by each team here, Brian. Huskies foiled on the interception.
Yeah, that's a tough one there. Schaefer just looking across the middle, had a receiver deep, but just didn't throw the ball far enough. The ball ended up coming underneath. I don't know if there's some miscommunication there or what, but just a severely underthrown ball. If he throws that ball out where he's supposed to, that's going to be 6.
4:53 to go after back-to-back interceptions thrown here by each team, respectively. Griebel hands it off to Fair. Big pile in the middle, but he keeps moving his legs, and he gets up close to the 35, and he's tackled, gets across the 35 the way it looks. He's going to be close to a first down after about 9-yard carry.
Just doing his best Earl Campbell impersonation there, just keeping his legs going. That's what you do. He's only 5'9", kind of a low center of gravity. You'd think a guy that size would be easy to bring down, but when you've got your legs churning like that, it's just tough to bring down, and you're just going to get every inch that you can get.
Earl Campbell, how old are you?
Yeah, I know. Let's not talk about that.
We're going to say it was a gain of 9. 2nd and short 1 here for the Highliners now. 4:10 to go here in the third. Pitch back to Fair, across the 35, gets up near the 40 for a first down. I believe it's going to be marked for a first down, and they'll move the chains. And again, a Husky player down on the ground. Over on the far sideline, we'll have a whistle and a timeout for an injury.
You can't see who that is. He got his hand up.
Yeah. Let's see who it is. He's coming to the sideline. We'll get the number here as he gets over closer. I believe it was Landon Scharfencamp again. Yes, it was. So Landon just coming off the injured reserve here for the Huskies. Has a couple of injuries tonight, but he's hanging in there as Jackson Cluton comes in for him back into the defensive line. 3:50 to go here in the third. No score yet in the third quarter. It's still 8-6 in favor of the Huskies. Pitch back to Fair. Going to try and get around the right side. Met over on the far sideline. Maybe a gain of 1 or 2 over on the far sideline. Tackled over there on the far side by the Huskies.
First couple of plays there, or first couple of possessions here, Valley hasn't had much success up the middle. Now they're trying to go outside here, and they're starting to pick up some yards. Got to contain on the outside here with this pitch that they're running.
We'll say a gain of 2. It's going to be 2nd and 8 with 3:15 to go in the third. Griebel comes up to the line, gets under center. He's got the I formation behind him. Wendell right behind him. Fair deep. Hands it off to Fair. To the right. And he breaks a couple tackles again. Gets across the 50 to the 45 and spun around. Still on his feet. Gets out, pushed out of bounds at about the 41-yard line of the Huskies for a first down.
He is hard to bring down.
So again, Fair. Max Fair, 5'9", 170-pound running back, leading the Highliners with nearly 400 yards on the ground here in 3 games. 130-plus a game. 2:55 to go here in the third. Griebel under center. Highliners on the move. And that tackle in the backfield by the Huskies. Let's see if I can read the numbers when they get up again. Looks like Landon Scharfencamp came back in and made this tackle for a loss of about 5 yards.
He was not hurt for long, that's for sure.
Hunter Owens gets up from that one as well. So nice tackle there by Hunter and Scharfenkamp for the loss. It's going to drop him back about 6 yards. As soon as Fair got the ball in the backfield, he was met there by Owens and Scharfenkamp for the loss.
He's been doing a good job in the middle of the line there.
Griebel looks to throw the ball. Throws to the left, complete over to the near side to Zahn. And a tackle on the near side gets to about the 35 as Ulick comes in to tackle along with Kappas and Munzero. So it'll be third down now and about 4 at the 35-yard line of the Huskies. 2 minutes and ticking. On the Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard, 1:50 to go. 8-6 lead for the Huskies over the Highliners. Again, no scoring so far here in the third quarter. Somebody's got a cowbell down there, Brian.
More cowbell.
More cowbell. Now we really are saying how old we are. Griebel under center, I formation behind him. Turns around, gives it off to Wendell in the up back. And he spins it forward. It's going to be 4th down. Good tackle there by the Huskies. It'll be 4th down and about 3 yards, and I'm sure the Highliners will end up going for it.
That was some good defensive discipline there on the outside there. They ran a little fake and then a little underhand inside trap back the other way, and the defense staying home, able to make the stop.
Good activity by the Husky linebackers, Owens and DeVries, doing a lot of work there as linebackers. 4th down and 4 from the 35-yard line. They got to get inside the 31, do the Highliners. Snap, pitch, Fair, round the outside. Arm tackle missed, and it's going to be close. It's going to depend on the spot. It is going to be close. It, from my vantage point, looks short. We'll see where they mark it.
From up here, it does look short, Joe. They're going to have to measure.
They're going to have to measure this one. Huskies think it's theirs. The Highliners think they got a first down, and we're going to get a timeout, and they are going to measure. So a big first down possibility here with 45 seconds to go in the third quarter, as we're going to get a measurement here on a 4th and 4. Fair got the pitch, went around the right side, had an arm tackle there by one of the Huskies out there on the far outside. He broke that. But then a couple of Huskies came up just in time to make the tackle, and we'll see how they measure it as they bring the chains all the way across from one side to the opposite side, right in front of the Valley City bench. And the crowd goes quiet. And it's Husky ball. It's short. It's going to be a turnover on downs by the Highliners. The Huskies defense holds, Brian.
That's what they needed to do. You needed that big stop there, and the defense does their job. Now you got to get things rolling on offense again. Chew up some clock and see if you can't get yourself in the end zone here.
So 45 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Huskies lead 8-6 on the Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard. They get the ball on defensive turnovers after both teams threw interceptions. 2 consecutive turnovers by each team. The Valley City Highliners drive, and it's short by about a half a yard. 1st and 10 for the Huskies at their own 32-yard line. Schaefer in the backfield gets a snap. Fakes the handoff. On a keeper, he goes up the middle. Schaefer carries it forward for a gain of about 6 or 7, and he is tackled. Nice play there by the Huskies. We hadn't seen a keeper like that in a while, Brian.
No, able to work his way up the middle there for positive yardage. Show him something different. Schaefer doing it with his legs again.
So it's going to be 2nd down and a long 3. Ball placed just short of the 39-yard line, right in the center of the field for the Huskies, and this probably will be the end of the third quarter here as the Huskies, the play clock and game clock are about 5 seconds difference here, so that will be the end of quarter number 3. On your Farmers Union Insured scoreboard at the end of the third quarter, your Wahpeton Huskies 8, the Valley City Highliners 6. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we will have quarter number 4 right here on Three Borders Sports Network.
Service for season-long performance. RDO does that in Breckenridge. With fall fast approaching, you need to prepare your lawn equipment for leaf and snow removal. At RDO, we'll perform all regularly scheduled maintenance and switch out attachments, so your John Deere and other brands will run at peak performance all season long. We'll even pick up and deliver your equipment. Talk about easy. Call 218-643-2601 to schedule your service at RDO in Breckenridge.
Welcome back to Frank Verton Field, home of the NDSCS Wildcats, and tonight it is also home of the Wahpeton Huskies football team. They're taking on the Valley City Highliners. We're moving to quarter number 4 here at Frank Verton Field. I'm Joe Schreiner, joined by Brian Watson here on Three Borders Sports Network. Happy to bring this production to you tonight. My partner Brian doing a great technical job for us and producing this show here. All I'm doing is sitting here and talking, so I appreciate you doing the work you're doing, Brian.
Isn't that hard work sitting there talking?
You're doing all the camera work and all the production over there with the commercials, but we're all having a good time. Hope you fans are enjoying it too. Shoot us a text if you want. We will give you a shout out. Huskies lead 8-6. Here we go. Arnstein up the middle, breaks it through, gets the first down and more as he gets across the 45 to about the 48-yard line. First down for the Huskies as the clock continues to tick away here in the fourth quarter.
It's a good way to start off the fourth quarter there. Positive yard is just keep grounding away and then chalk them when you can in the air.
Arnstein needed that positive carry there too. He was struggling a little bit here and there, and it was a good thing for him to get that for Bo Arnstein.
Definitely good for him, good for the team.
So the Huskies come to the line again, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Schaefer in the backfield, takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Now he has to roll to his right, being chased by 3. And a pass completion. Is it complete over on the far sideline? No. Were they going to say it's complete? No. Must have hit the ground there over there. It was intended, I believe, over on the far sideline for Caden Kappas.
Schaefer almost pulling another one off with his legs there.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Huskies. Ball at their own 47-yard line. Almost the 48. As Schaefer brings the Huskies to the line. 18 seconds on the play clock. Schaefer looks over the defense. Gets Samuels in motion. He settles in. Schaefer hands it off to Arnstein. Back up the middle he goes. Across the 45. He's still pushing in the side the 40. Good positive run again for Arnstein. A carry of about 12 yards for Bo.
It's a nice run there again. You're doing what you need to do now.
So the pass game, Coach, might be loosening up the run game a little bit for the Huskies.
Well, we had talked about that, in earlier games. We want to put the ball in the air, but you want to sometimes do that with establishing the run, but you certainly can set up the run by having a successful passing game too as well.
So the Huskies on the move here now inside Highliner territory at the 39-yard line of the Highliners. Schaefer in the shotgun position, gets Dez in motion to the right. Handoff to Arnstein again off the right side. Missed tackle in the backfield, gets it forward. Gary gains about 3 positive yards, gets to about the 35, so maybe a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd and a long 6. So we'll say 2nd and a long 6 or 2nd and a short 7, whichever way you want to look at it. 10.5 to go here in quarter number 4. Huskies lead 8-6 on the Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard. Huskies driving. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Arnstein in the backfield behind Schaefer. 2nd and 6. Schaefer, barking signals, takes a snap, hands off to Arnstein. Comes around the left side and is met just maybe a gain of 1. He's met right at the 35-yard line. So the defense of the Highliners showing up on that one.
Yeah, I still think you're going to be in 4-down territory here. You're deep enough in their territory that you're gonna use all 4 downs here. Derek
Deagle, the linebacker for Valley City, got up with a little bit of a limp. He was in on that tackle again, leading Valley City in tackles. He led coming into tonight with 21 total tackles. So it's going to be 3rd and we'll say it's 6 this time.
Pick up half here and then save half for the 4th down.
Yep, it's 4-down territory, like you said, Coach. Schaefer looks to the left, now over to the right. He's got to run, got to scramble, gets to the right. We got a flag down, and the pass is to, looks like Dez, and he gets the first down inside the 25. We got a flag in the backfield. I'm guessing it was a face mask grab on the defense. We're going to see. I think, nope, it was hold.
Yeah, you string it out like that, it's probably going to be a hold.
I thought I saw a face mask to we got 2 players down for Valley City right now. Deagle is down, and I can't make out the other number as a referee is standing in the way. I thought I saw a face mask on Blake Schaefer as he went running by one of the defenders, and that's about the time the flag came down, but it was whistled as a hold. And the other player is the fullback, Wendell. So Wendell and Deagle, a couple of top players for Valley City, are down on the ground. Both look like leg injuries.
You know, when you've got a quarterback who can extend things with his legs, that's a good thing. But sometimes when those plays break down, you do get those holding penalties when you're going back the other way or you change direction. You get those linemen that just kind of feel like they have to stretch out a little bit and give your quarterback a little extra inch there, and then they end up with the holding penalty.
So the holding penalty, the ball is placed way back here at the 42-yard line of the Huskies. That was a holding penalty way in the backfield, and so they mark it from the spot.
Yeah, from the spot of the foul.
Wow.
That's a big one.
That's a huge loss for the Huskies.
So now, depending on what you pick up here, you're going to end up punting the ball. You were down in four-down territory, deep in the Valley City zone there, but now you don't get anything. You're certainly going to kick the ball.
9:23 to go in regulation. Huskies lead 8-6. Ball is placed at the Huskies' 42-yard line. They've got to get to the Highliner 29. So third down and almost 30. Schaefer all alone in the backfield. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Samuels in the slot. Here's a pass completed to Samuels. Gets across the 50. Scrambles back to the middle of the field. Gets to the 45. Now he's at the 42-yard line. It'll be short of the first down by about 12 yards. So he got 17 in one chunk, Brian. Is it 4-down territory for the Huskies?
Well, I think it'll be interesting to see what the call is here. I mean, you could punt it here and you could really pin them. You have been giving them the ball right around in this area to start out the half. But it looks like they're going to kick it here.
Looks like Kappas is going to go back into punt formation.
Good decision here.
Yeah, I agree.
You got to get good coverage here, though.
Yep. 8:30 mark of regulation. Kappas in punt formation at the 42-yard line of the Highlanders. 4th and 12. Gets the snap, punt. Again, good pressure by Valley City, but he kicks it, angles it for the sideline, but it doesn't go as deep as he wanted. It goes out of bounds. I'm guessing as they mark the spot here is going to be at about the 22, 23-yard line.
Yeah, I'm okay.
We'll say 25.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. You know, you don't give them a chance to return the ball. You try and kick it as far as you can and out of bounds, and pin them as deep as you can. I'm okay with that play.
Again, Kappas had pressure coming from the side there, so he had to hurry that kick again. And he kind of shanked it off the side of his foot, but he almost had to kick it that way because he had pressure coming from that way.
That's a good miss if you want to call it a miss.
Yeah.
You know, you do your job there. You can't afford to get it blocked. That's for sure.
Okay, at the 8:15 mark, the Highlanders 75 yards to go. Ball at their own 25. Hands it off to Fair. Goes around the left side, being chased by Tori Ulick and is drugged down from behind. Short of a first down, gain of about 8.
There's that 8-yard chunk again.
As Tori Ulick falls back down, and a little help, he gets back up. So hopefully Tori's okay. A good speedster out on the corner for the Huskies. Getting some encouragement from his teammates as we're under 8 minutes to play now. So this drive started at 8:15.
2nd and 1 here. Careful, Valley might try and put it in the air here. Manageable. 2nd down distance, 2nd and short.
High formation. Hand it off to Fair. Goes around the left and gets first down and then some. Gets across the 42 on a carry. Gets about 8 yards for a first down.
Your defense has got to stand up here. You can't just let them march down the field and use up the clock. You've got to get a stand here and see if you can't get the ball back, and then maybe you can start chewing up the clock.
See if I can get the fullback. I believe Brian that Wendell is still out. And I didn't see the number of the fullback here that came in for Valley City. Is it 25? No, there is no 25 on the roster, but we'll see if we can catch that for you, folks. And hands it off to Fair, and he's tackled from behind. No gain. And Scharfenkamp on the tackle. It's 35, not 25. My bad. So that's Jonah Schuldheis. I'm going to guess on that last name, folks. I'm sorry if I didn't get that correct, but I'm going to say Jonah Schuldheis, a 5'9", 195-pound junior.
I'm glad you said that.
Schuldheis. I didn't get pronunciations. I asked about if there were any difficult names on the roster, and they told me no. I'm going to have to say Schuldeis.
We'll give you an A for that one.
All right. Hands it off to Fair around the left side on 2nd and 10, and he breaks it and gets free, and he might get all the way inside the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5, touchdown. And a breakaway touchdown of 58 yards and the touchdown for Valley City, and I see no flags.
Well, I mean, you had to wonder how long he could go before he broke one. He averages 8 yards a carry, been racking up the yards throughout the season, and he finally broke one there.
At the 6:21 mark of the fourth quarter, Fair breaks it for 58 yards on a run and breaks through and scampers all the way down to the end zone.
You really needed your defense to stand up there, but Fair doing a good job of breaking through and just doing what he does best and able to go all the way to the house.
So they're going to attempt for 2 here. It's 12-8. Hand off to Fair, give it right back to him, and I don't know if he made it. Did he make it? Is there a signal? And I don't see it.
No signal yet.
The Highliner players think he made it, but the referees are coming in to check the spot, and they are going to say no go, I believe. We'll see. Oh, now they give it to him. Wow. After all that, and now we got a flag, and I'm sure that's going to go against Wahpeton. Somebody must have said something to the referees as they were walking away. And we got a flag, late flag coming out of there, as there must have been some unhappy players down in the pile.
Well, you've got to just live with the call there and just...
It is unsportsmanlike conduct against the Huskies.
I mean, I'm sure it's not the call that you want, but you've got to just live with it.
Again, it's not a terrible situation when you're only down by 6, so you get a touchdown and the extra point, and you'll get the lead back, but you can't get frustrated on something like that, boys. 14-8 on the Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard. 6:21 mark. A 58, I'm trying to make some notes here at the same time, 58-yard touchdown run by Fair, and then he gets the 2-point run also for the conversion. And we are at 6 minutes, 21 seconds to go in regulation. And Huskies are going to be backed up here as the Highliners are going to be able to kick it from from the Husky 45.
That's going to really put you on a hole here. They haven't really kicked anything deep here, but you can expect them to kick it deep this time.
You think so?
I would say probably so.
Unless they try the onside. I mean, what do you got to lose? We'll see. As Kupitz is back to kick, and he comes up and he does kick it deep, and it's going to go in the end zone, and it's an automatic touchback right away in high school. So
I had mentioned that special teams might play a little bit of a factor here, and that one goes into the end zone, and that's, when you got a good kicker, it can really help you out.
So again, 14-8 lead for the Highliners here. 6:21 mark in regulation as Schaefer gets the call from Coach Gilbertson and heads out to the huddle. 80 yards this time. It was 75 yards when Valley City started that drive with the 8:15 mark. They added 75 yards to go, and they scored in a quick hurry in less than 2 minutes on a 58-yard touchdown run by Max Fair.
Well, you can pick up the yardage. You just got to be disciplined, and everybody's got to execute here.
Handoff. Goes to Arnstein, carries it forward, carries it up to about the 24, so it'll be 2nd and 6.
Still in position to get a victory here. You just got to play out this 6 minutes that you got left.
A lot of penalty flags tonight, Brian.
Yeah, penalties have kind of hurt. They've come at the wrong time here.
Under 6 minutes to play here in regulation. Huskies send trips to the right. We'll see if Dez comes in motion. Schaefer in the gun. Arnstein behind him. Takes a snap. Looks to the left now. Coming down deep. Here's Trayton Link. In and out of his hands. He had it at the 50-yard line, and it just rolled out of his hands. As he gets encouragement from his coaches, it was, so close.
That would have been a tough one to bring down. If he comes down with that catch, that's just a great catch over his shoulder towards the sideline. I would have taken everything to bring that one in.
It was right down here, right in front of you and I, Brian, and we had a good look at it. And it would have been a tough catch, but it would have been a heck of a shot in the arm for the Huskies with 5:40 to go here in regulation.
They certainly would have had some room to run there.
Again, trips to the right. Link to the left. Drops back. Schaefer looks to his right, throws to his right. Pass intended, far side, it's caught at the 40, to the 45. I believe that was Dez over there. It is Dez over on the far sideline. Gets a first down for the Huskies at the 45, and a nice catch over there as he had to kind of come back off his back shoulder and catch that one.
No, man, just a good catch there by Dez. Talk about making a tough catch. That was one right there. And then he's able to pick up some extra yardage. So you got what you need to give yourself some breathing room, and now you just got to continue to work.
5.5 to go in the fourth. Good game here, folks. Hope you're enjoying it at home as well. Huskies trail 8-14 on the Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard. This time, running backs in the backfield alongside Schaefer. He hands it off to Manzero. Dez comes around the near side, tries to break it, gets across the 50, gets down to about the 48 of the Highliners. It'll be 2nd and 4.
Now, Dez's got to make sure that he hangs on to that ball. he gets through there, and then you get wrapped up. And I know you want to try and pick up extra yards, but you got to make sure that you secure the football. You need to hang on to the ball.
We'll say 2nd and a long 3 or a short 4, whatever you want to say. Ball is placed right at the 48-yard line. He's got to get just inside the 45 with 4.5 to go. 2nd and 4, we'll call it. Schaefer. 2 in the backfield beside him, 1 each side. Takes the handoff, gives it off to Arnstein. He goes up the middle, crosses the 45 inside the 42. That's the first down for the Huskies. They're moving the chains.
That was good, patient running there by Arnstein. He didn't attack the hole right away. Kind of did a little Le'Veon Bell where he likes to kind of see what's there and then makes his break for the hole, able to pick up a nice gain.
Le'Veon Bell. Now we're getting more current. That's a former Steeler player, isn't he?
Well, of course it is.
Yeah. 4:12 to go in regulation. Huskies on the move. 1st and 10 from their own, or from the Highliner 42. Schaefer in the gun. Arnstein beside him to his left. Snap. Hands it off to Arnstein. No, Schaefer keeps it, goes up the middle. And he's close to a first down as he's whistled down just short of the 30-yard line. We'll see where they place it. And is it 2nd down or is it going to be 1st?
Be a first down.
It is
there.
first down. They're moving the chains.
That was
just inside 4 minutes.
That was a nice play there. Nice little read option, and Schaefer making the right decision there to keep the ball. He puts the ball in the belly of Arnstein, and as the defender comes up, he pulls it out and goes right up the middle. So it's
good read.
A great option there.
Good read. Schaefer in the gun. Arnstein behind him. Dez in motion. Coming to the near side, hands it off to Arnstein. Goes up the middle, gets up close to the 25. A gain of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. Clock continues to run. 3:25 to go in regulation.
Wahpeton doing a good job of mixing things up, inside, outside, a little read option here and there. But the biggest thing they're doing is they just keep heading north here and just picking up positive yards. Just got to keep going. They're chewing up the clock. They've chewed up the 3 minutes here, and you just got to keep it going.
My son Adam is watching the game, and he said, yeah, it's tough watching those numbers, he said. Mike Manock and the Geffrey gang, they're watching out in the garage. Thanks, guys, for tuning in and listening. You're having an exciting game. Schaefer takes a snap, hands it off to Arnstein. He's met there by the Highliners for a loss of about a yard.
Oh, boy, they were right there. Valley just broke right through the line and just nowhere to go.
Cade Christensen in on the tackle for a loss. Again, 4-down territory for the Huskies. We approach 2.5 to go here in regulation. 3rd down and about 5 yards. Ball is at the 26-yard line. They need to get just about to the 20. 4-down territory. 2 more chances to get the first down. Schaefer in the gun. Arnstein directly behind him. Takes a snap. Fakes it to Arnstein. Now he's got to roll to his right. Throws it to his right. Pass completed for the first down inside the 15-yard line. And it was completed over on the far sideline. I believe that's Caden Kappas. It is Kappas. We're approaching 2 minutes to go here. Both teams with their full complement of timeouts. 2:11 to go on the clock. First down for the Huskies at the 15-yard line. So good spot for the Huskies, Brian.
Schaefer doing a good job being patient there, not panicking, just rolling out a little bit and able to find his safety blanket, Kappas, over there.
We're under 2 minutes to play. 1st and 10 for the Huskies at the 15-yard line of the Highliners. He hands it off this time to Arnstein, goes up the middle for 2 or 3. He's tackled there for a gain of about 2 or 3. We'll see where they mark it.
Go back to the ground there. Still trying to work the clock. You want to score, but you don't need to be in a big hurry.
Got 3 timeouts yet, so there's still time for the Huskies to do something here. You don't want to give the ball back now with some time for the Highliners. So Coach Gilbertson wisely using his time and the clock. Schaefer, 2nd and 8. Takes the snap, looks to his left, crossing across the middle, Trayton Link just out of his reach. Incomplete.
That's that play they've had success on, but you've got to be careful there. Across the middle of the field, you've got some extra defenders there. If that ball is tipped or it's just a little bit off, it could go back the other way. So you certainly want to be safe down there, we'll say.
1:14 to go. Geffries and Manox, thanks for listening in the garage. We appreciate it. Schaefer, 3rd and 8. Hands it off to Arnstein. Around the corner, gets up inside, close to the 5. It's close to a first down. We'll see where they mark it. It's going to be either 4th down and very short, or it's going to be 1st down and goal to go for the Huskies as we've got a timeout on the field with 1:02 to go. It is going to be very close to a 1st down. I don't know if they're going to measure this one or not, but the Huskies did call timeout. Looks like they're going to mark it just short. It'll be 4th and very short for the Huskies here.
Well, I don't think you can get any closer than that, Joe.
It looks very, very close, doesn't it?
Well, I think that the 1st down is right on the line. It's right on the 5-yard line, and they're just short of it by a football.
So that's all they needed was the line to mark it, and it is about a football length short. So do you run quarterback sneak? Do you run your... do you run Arnstein left or run Arnstein right? Do you run Manzero left? Do you run Manzero right? What do you do?
You run the play that can pick up about a football length for the 1st down. Whatever you've got in your money bag, you need to run it now.
Huskies looking for their 1st win of the season. Valley City comes in here at 1 win and 2 losses. Huskies 0-4. Valley City's first game of the year was canceled because they had to quarantine for COVID. Huskies looking, first of all, for the 1st down, Brian. Again, the Huskies with 2 timeouts remaining. Valley City with 3. 1 2 seconds to go. Huskies break the sideline huddle and head out to the ball. Play clock is not started yet, so there's plenty of time for the Huskies to get set up. The play clock now begins. Ball is ready for play. 2 to the left. Manzero in motion to the right. Schaefer, snap. Going to roll to his left. He's going to keep. He's going to go in, and he's going to score. Gets across the goal line, and we have a tie game.
That was a heck of a play call right there.
Great play call. What a call there. Hey, Schaefer once again using his feet, Brian.
Using his feet. Gilby had talked about that they like to boot down there, and they go to it.
Wow.
And I'll tell you right now, that's one of my favorite plays. I like the little naked bootleg. Around the end, it's tough to cover, and the Huskies do a great job of executing it there to
All right,
take
Brian,
the lead.
Here we go. 57 seconds to go. We're tied at 14 on the Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard. Back in the Hazen game, point after conversions were big. Here we go again.
Now let's see what they decide to do here. They lined up to kick it earlier in the game.
Valley City calls timeout, so they're going to get 30 seconds to think about it. We'll keep it here. What a game.
Just a great football game.
Again, the Huskies looking for their 1st win of the year here. 50 seconds to go. Brian Geffrey, we salute you too, buddy. Thank you very much.
Homecoming night, trying to pull one out.
Yep. Trayton Link, homecoming king.
There you go.
Gabby Baumgartner, of course, homecoming queen. But Trayton Link having some time on the field again tonight for the Huskies as a receiver.
14-14, under a minute to go.
Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard, 57 seconds. We're tied at 14. Extra point conversion coming up for the Huskies. Ball is placed on a near hash mark. Schaefer in the backfield, standing at the 10-yard line. Arnstein behind him. Trayton Link to the left. Manzero and Kappas to the right. Go ahead, Brian.
I think they just ran their money play to score the touchdown. Let's see what they come up here on the extra point.
All right, here we go. Samuel's in the slot position on the left side. Manzero in motion. Schaefer rolls to the right. Looks, fakes the pass. He keeps it going with his feet. Now he's going to have to scramble. Doesn't make it. We've got a tie game. Short, tackled at about the 2.
I thought maybe he was going to be able to get that ball out of there, but just nowhere to go. Going to be a tough one here. You got to now special teams here. You got to make sure that you execute here on special teams on this kickoff.
We might be seeing another overtime game, right?
We might get some more free football.
Free football here. Huskies got to play defense first. Valley City with 2 timeouts. Huskies with 2 timeouts. 57 seconds to go in regulation. Now you talk to your special teams, Brian. What are you telling them?
You just got to execute. Everybody's got to stay in their lanes. You got to make sure that nothing gets broken off for a big gain. You also got to be aware of if there's some laterals that might happen too as well. You just got to be aware of everything that could possibly happen in this situation.
So the Huskies have been known to kick the ball short. Sometimes a 15, 20-yard kick, trying to keep it from going deep and getting the long returns. So Caden Kappa's teeing it up at the 40-yard line. .57 seconds to go here in regulation. Kappas to kick off. We're tied at 14. And the kick. He goes deep with it this time. Goes way deep, down to about the 18-yard line. Almost hit the knee to the ground. And a return right back up the middle, and a tackle there at about the 37, 38-yard line. And I believe on the return was Aiden Jacobson. So it was Jacobson.
A good job there. You get out of the special team situation. Now you just got to be solid on defense.
So 6 seconds come off the clock. It's 51 seconds to go. We're tied at 14 in regulation.
Now, it would be interesting to see if Valley plays for the tie and keeps it on the ground, or if they put it in the air. If they put it in the air 3 times and no time runs off, then, WAP can be in business, too, as well, to get a chance at the end here.
Good point, Coach. Kappas back deep in center field. Ulick comes to the near side to help out on the receiver side here. Only one receiver. Hand off to Fair. Again, he ran 58 yards a little while ago, and he's pushed out of bounds there. The center fielder, Kappas, goes over and pushes him out at the Wahpeton 43-yard line.
Well, you still got to contain him. And he gets out of bounds. He picked up the first down, too, but you still got to contain him. You've got to hold that outside edge and not let him get out there. They've had some success out there. You really need your defense to shore up here.
Now you've got to show up, is for sure. 44 seconds on the clock. 1st and 10. Ball on the 43-yard line of the Huskies. We're tied at 14. Griebel hands it off to Fair again. This time he's met by the Huskies at the 41. He's going to be tackled, so it's either a timeout or the clock is going to continue to tick. And there is a timeout on the field with 37 seconds to go by Valley City calling a timeout. Fair getting up awfully slow from that one. Young guy's probably tired.
I would say he's tired. He's had a load of work tonight. One thing I'll say here, because on that last play there were a couple Huskies coming in there late. You got to really be disciplined here. You can't come flying in there late and get another unsportsmanlike penalty or a late hit penalty or something like that. You've just got to be disciplined here at the end of the game.
I forgot to mention our Scott's Electric Red Zone. The Huskies were down inside the red zone. I was excited to call the game there, Brian, and I forgot to mention our Scott's Electric Red Zone sponsor. Scott's Electric, they have electricians to handle all your needs. Scott's Electric, our red zone sponsor. We want to thank them for doing that. 37 seconds to go here in regulation. We're tied at 14 on the Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard. Timeout taken by Valley City leaves them with 1 timeout left. If Wahpeton needs them, they have 2. Griebel under center. I formation behind him. Schuldheis and Fair deep in the eye. Snap to the right. Fair Going to pick his blocks, gets up close to the 36, and we'll see if they call another timeout. They do. So the clock stops with 30 seconds. It'll be third down and short for the Highliners. And that's really not the important part of it, as I'm sure they are in 4-down territory.
Oh, for sure.
The thing is, they're out of timeouts now, Brian. So that's big.
Right.
14-14, 30 seconds to go. Highliners with the ball at the Husky 36 on the near hash mark. Both coaches with their sideline huddles, talking it over. Again, you don't want any mistakes here. You don't want any penalties, any unnecessary penalties by any team. 30 seconds to go. Third down. The scoreboard says 3rd and 4. I'm going to say 3rd and a long 3. We'll go with 3rd and 4. Here we go. Griebel under center, I formation. Fair deep in the eye. One receiver way out left. Griebel looks out there, but he hands it off to Fair. Gets across the 35 and tackled there by Dez. Dez was there alongside.
Now we'll see if Valley is in a hurry here or if they're okay taking their time.
So it is a first down for Valley City. No timeouts. Clock is still ticking, and he grounds the ball, Griebel does, with 18 seconds to go.
So they are not thinking tie here. You get 18 seconds. You're going to have 3 downs here. Take a couple shots if you want to put it in the air. You gotta be careful of the draw play too as well.
Again, Fair broke a 58-yard run earlier in the fourth quarter here at the 6:21 mark. And the Huskies answered that back but did not get their extra point. 7 seconds to go on the play clock. Griebel in the pistol position, takes a snap, drops back, looks to his right. Pass intended on the near side, incomplete. Pass was intended over here on the near side for Austin Shape. 15 seconds to go. 3rd down and 10. Again, Huskies with their 2 timeouts left. Valley City is out of timeouts. Worrell comes out for the Huskies. Again, 3rd and 10, 15 seconds to go in regulation. Griebel drops back, looks to his left. He's going to throw it left. Pass goes deep and almost picked off over there on the far sideline, but it was knocked down and incomplete, so it'll be 4th and 10 with 9 seconds to go. And Samuels was on the defensive side of that. Again, it's tough to read numbers, but we'll go with what the PA announcer, Noel Eckroth, says. He may have his binoculars with him. It's tough to do play-by-play through binoculars, O'Brien. I can't do it.
I would say so. My glasses get in the way. Now let's see if Valley will use up all the clock here if they run around a little bit or just keep it on the ground and not give WAP any opportunity for a last play.
4th and 10 in regulation, 9 seconds, and Wahpeton calls timeout. Coach wanted to see what they came out in their set. He took a look and called a timeout just before Valley City snapped the ball, so it'll be a timeout for Wahpeton. They're down to 1 timeout. Good call there, Coach, on your assumption there. That's just are they going to run around with the ball a little bit, take a knee, or throw it late, just use up all the clock, not give Wahpeton a chance for the ball?
I mean, it's going to be tough here. It's a good timeout here by Coach Gilbertson just to kind of see how they lined up, and now Coach Model, they're going to cover again every scenario here at the end of the game. You just don't know what they're going to do, but if you can get the ball back with just time even to run one play, you never know what can happen. So we'll just see if Valley wants to give WAP that opportunity, or if they can run out the clock here with 9 seconds. It's a lot of time to try and run off, but you've got to try and just make your decision of what you're going to do. You're going to say, okay, well, we're going to throw our hands up here and just play for overtime.
So Wahpeton's going to go kind of in a prevent defense. You know, that always talks about prevent defense is what they say about that.
Can prevent you from winning the game, that's for sure, sometimes.
But in the pistol formation, Griebel with 3 receivers, drops back, looks to his left. He's tackled for a sack and loss. 5 seconds on the clock. The Huskies got one more shot at it as Griebel is tackled in the backfield by Landon Scharfenkamp.
Wahpeton might be in business here. I tell you what, you're going to give yourself an opportunity to run a play. You've got some receivers that can do some damage on the outside.
Griebel got up awful slow from that one. Again, I don't know if it's fatigue or they just getting tired or if they're just getting tired of getting hit. I don't know, but 5 seconds on the clock. So time for one play here for the Huskies. What is Coach Gilbertson going to draw up?
Well, your best, special situation, in basketball we go through end-of-game situations. You have the same thing in football. You practice certain situations, so let's see what they have.
Nobody within 15 yards of the Wahpeton receivers. Schaefer takes a snap, and he's going to hand the ball off to Arnstein, hoping to catch Valley City off guard, but he does not. Carries it forward for a gain of 4 yards, and we're going overtime free football.
Yeah, they just wanted to play for the overtime. They say, we'll take our chances in overtime, and we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens on the Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard. We're going for free football. We're going to overtime. The Huskies 14, the Highliners 14. We'll be back after these messages right here on Three Borders Sports Network.
Expert service for season-long performance. RDO does that in Breckenridge. With fall fast approaching, you need to prepare your lawn equipment for leaf and snow removal. At RDO, we'll perform all regularly scheduled maintenance and switch out attachments. So your John Deere and other brands will run at peak performance all season long. We'll even pick up and deliver your equipment. Talk about easy. Call 218-643-2601 to schedule your service at RDO in Breckenridge.
The Wahpeton All Sports Booster Club would like to thank those individuals, families, and businesses who sponsored Husky sports over the years. 2020 has been a challenging year for us all, but we hope you'll continue supporting Husky athletics through the Wahpeton All Sports Booster Club. To learn more about what we do for the Huskies, please visit www.wahpetonboosterclub.com or go to our Facebook page. Thanks from the Wahpeton All Sports Booster Club. Thrivent Financial wishes the Wahpeton Husky Fall sports teams and coaches the best of success. Thrivent is proud to have the opportunity to support this community and help those who live and work here make the most of their time, talents, and treasures. Call Will Ulick, your local Thrivent Financial professional. If you're interested in putting plans that align with your values into action, please call Will Ulick at 701-642-1108. Thrivent Financial. Sports injuries can put a damper on a young athlete's high school career. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is here to make sure you get back to playing the sport you love. Whether it's a knee, shoulder, ankle, or back pain, our OSPTI experts will use their knowledge to rehab and strengthen that injured area for a full and complete recovery. Stay in the game with OSPTI. All major insurances are accepted. Call us at 218-641-7725, or you can find us on Facebook at OSPTI, or check us out on the web at www.ospti.net. Scott's Electric in Wahpeton is a proud supporter of high school athletics. If you're in need of commercial, industrial, agricultural, or residential electric service, call Scott's Electric at 642-9244. Licensed and bonded in North Dakota, Minnesota, and South Dakota, offering 24-hour electrical service. Check out Scott's Electric website at www.scottselectric.net. Scott's Electric. Welcome back to Frank Verdon Field as you're witnessing the coin flip. It's like Wahpeton won the toss, I'm believing. And first up with the ball is going to be Valley City, I believe, as Trayton Link was out there for Wahpeton, and along with Peyton Zahn for Valley City, we're going to go to the south end of the field for overtime play. We're just a few seconds away from getting started here. So I believe Valley City is going to get the ball first here, the way it looked by the referee's call, unless I misunderstood that.
Wahpeton electing to go on defense if they won the toss there. Then you know what you need to do.
The end of the game, regulation stats, Brian. Fair with 25 rushes, 176 yards, ended up at a 7.04 average. So 174 yards for the young man on the ground.
I need to get that kid on my fantasy team.
So the Highliners are going to start with the ball first here in overtime. Again, each team starting from the 10-yard line. They get 4 attempts to get it in the end zone or field goal, whichever happens first. So it's going to be first and goal, 4 attempts to score. Griebel under center. Fair in the backfield, gets it and goes off the left side, and he scoots up close to a touchdown, and he's just short, about a yard short the way it looks on the far sideline. It'll be second goal from about the 1 or 2. And they're going to say it to 3. So from this corner to that corner, it looks like a long way, so I was off by a couple yards. It's going to be 2nd and 3 now in overtime, Valley City. And we're going to see a heavy dose of Fair, I'm sure. 176 yards, you add 7 to it. That puts him at 183. Griebel under center, takes a snap. And who else? Fair goes across for the touchdown. So give him 10 more. That puts him at a 186 total as he got the touchdown in overtime for Valley City on 2 plays.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they do. You know, you just got to try and contain the kid, but he's had a great night, and now you've got to get this. You got to get a stop on this extra point here.
Big extra point here. 20-14 on the Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard. We're in overtime. Again, Fair deep. Schuldhei is in front of him. Griebel under center. You got to look for Mr. Fair. Griebel takes a snap. Mr. Fair. He's met by the Huskies. I don't think he's going to make it, and he is tackled short of the goal line. Huskies hold on the extra point. So it's a 20-14 lead. Brian, the defense stands up and holds out the Valley City Highlanders from the extra point.
They got exactly what they needed there. You know, yeah, you don't want to give up the touchdown, but the important part of that is that you don't want to give up that extra point. And now, if you can punch one into the end zone, which you think that you should be able to, which is the way that you've been running the ball here in the 4th quarter, and then you got to try and get that all-important extra point.
The all-important extra point. Again, we refer back to the Hazen game that went overtime. Extra points missed during the regulation and extra points missed in overtime cost the Huskies their first victory. Now they're sniffing their first victory right now. They trail Valley City 20-14 as the Huskies come up now first and goal at the 10-yard line on the south end of the field. Schaefer, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Gets Dez in motion to the right. Hands off to Arnstein. Goes up the middle. Crashes forward to the 5, and there's a big crowd of purple-black jerseys trying to push him in for the touchdown, and he does! Score by Arnstein.
Just right up the middle.
A lot
there,
of effort.
Joe.
Holy cow, buddy. I'm sorry I talked on you.
No, right up the middle there. Early in the snap, he almost lost it. Schaefer almost lost it there, but able to get the handoff and get in for the score. Now here we go, the extra point.
So again, homecoming night here. The Huskies tie it up here 20-20 in overtime, and they can win with the extra point conversion. And we've got a timeout on the field, and that is called by Valley City. So we got a timeout for Valley City. We're tied at 20 in overtime. We'll keep it here, Brian. We'll just we'll stay here with it, and we'll talk about what we might think might happen. Again, the Huskies having some success on the ground here. I was just looking at the end of the game stats here for the Huskies, and for Wahpeton. Let's see here. Where is it? I lost it. Hang on here. I'll get there. Well, we'll keep looking some other time. Arnstein had over 100 yards in the first half, and I'll find that for our post-game show when we get to our Wahpeton All Sports Booster Club's post-game show. Again, we want to thank Gripper Sports for coming on board as one of our new sponsors. Thanks, Gripper Sports. Check out his new Roland vinyl print cutter. Makes some great vinyl signs for you. Gripper Sports. All right, here we go. We're going for the W. The Huskies come to the line. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Arnstein behind Schaefer. Will they run? Will they pass? Schaefer rolls to the right. He's looking. He's got to throw it into the corner. Tipped and caught, but he's out of bounds. His feet were out of bounds, and he knew it. It was completed after the tip pass. And we are going to go to a second overtime.
Wow.
Who made that reception? Is that Caden?
I think so.
I can't read the number yet. I'll recap the play.
Just a tough one.
Nope, it was Samuels.
Nope.
It was Samuels. It was rolled to the right. Schaefer rolled to the right and threw the pass into the end zone. It was tipped by a Valley City defender. Samuels was there, made the catch, but his feet were out of bounds. Incomplete.
Yeah,
We're going to a second overtime.
In the right spot there, and just you know, you just got to make sure you're in bounds and just a little bit out, right on the line there. But you're fine. You're in position to win the game. Now you just got to go back and repeat what you did. If you give up the touchdown, that's fine. But then you've got to make sure you don't give up the extra point. Then you've got to go and try and score and see if you can't get that extra point to win the game.
Wow, that was that close. His feet were right there, and he knew it, though. I mean, he knew that he was out of bounds when he caught that thing. Unfortunately, his feet weren't quite where they needed to be, unfortunately, for the Huskies. So we're going to a second overtime, more free football here, Brian. We're not getting overtime pay. We're just hanging in here watching a great football game.
It's been a good football game. These homecoming football games, I remember the 6 overtime game.
Oh, remember that?
A few years back. Looks like we're in for a dandy again.
So we're tied at 20, going to overtime number 2 from Frank Verton Field. And this time the Huskies get the ball first.
So now you got to punch one in here, and then you've got to try and get that extra point.
Well, here we go. First and goal for the Huskies. Ball on the 10-yard line on the near hash. Schaefer takes a snap, hands it off to Arnstein. He's going to try and get around the end, and he's tackled for a loss.
Yeah, tried to run the same play there that they started off with, and Valley ready for it that time.
So tackle on the outside by Carson McGough of Valley City. So that's going to bring up second and goal. Ball placed at about the 13, between the 12 and the 13-yard line. So the Huskies got a little ways to go here for their touchdown score. Again, important to get the point afters. This is going to be huge for the Huskies as they get the ball first. It rotates back and forth on overtimes. Schaefer, snap. Hands it off to Arnstein, this time right up the middle. Carries it forward, the ball squirted out, and I think they're going to say he was down. He does get inside the 10-yard line for a gain of about 3 or 4, so it'll be third and goal from the 9.
Be interesting to see what the call is here. I would have liked to see that read option on that first down play. You know, you ran the handoff in the first overtime,
and
you come back, give them the same look, then you pull it out and see if you can go up the middle again. They were ready for it. But now let's see what you do here. You've got to score in order to try and give yourself the opportunity to win.
Caden Kappas lines up on the near side. Samuels in the slot. Snap. Schaefer looks to the left. Fade to the left. Knocked down over on the far side. Incomplete.
Yeah, they had that thing covered well.
Yep.
Valley doing a good job of defense there.
I believe that was Shape over there defending on the pass, and he could have almost picked it out of the air there almost.
I'm surprised that he didn't try and pick that off. He had plenty of time. He was covered well in front. The ball was underthrown.
Basically swatted it down out of the air. So it's going to be 4th and 9 here for the Huskies to get their touchdown. They've got to score on this one or prevent Valley City from scoring to continue this game. 4th and goal. Schaefer takes a snap, drops straight back. He's getting pressure up the middle. Got to throw it to the right to Dez, and out of his reach, goes out of bounds. Valley City holds in overtime number 2.
That's a tough one there. You got a little pressure coming up the middle there by Valley, and then tried to throw it to the corner of the end zone and just threw it too far.
So the Valley City fans up on their feet cheering on their team here. Again, a good crowd of Valley City folks here. Made the travel down to Wahpeton.
Well, now you got to figure out a way to stop the run because you know what's coming.
You know what's coming.
So you've got to bear down, and you know, if you're a player, you've got to give everything you've got here to try and extend this game. You got to keep them out of the end zone here.
Number 40, Fear left or Fear right. We'll see. I formation. This time, Griebel keeps it under center, goes sneak right up the middle, and he gains about 5. So that was a good call there by Valley City to offset the little bit of Fear. He had me keying on Fear, and Griebel takes it right up the middle.
Yeah, good play call there. Show him something different. Pick up a good chunk of yards, and now you're manageable here on the last 3 downs.
So 2nd and goal from the 5 for Valley City. The Huskies need to stop Valley City here to continue this game into a 3rd overtime. Huskies fans cheering on their feet.
Yeah, I think Fear's going to get it here.
10 seconds on the play clock. Snap. There goes Grable again up the middle. This time the Huskies stop him for a gain of about 2. So it's going to be 3rd down now and goal to go from about the 3-yard line.
That's one of those, run it again. You know, they didn't stop it. You pick up a big chunk there, and you look at the coach, hey, what do you want? Hey, do it again. And they pick up a couple more yards there, inch a little bit closer. Let's see if they go back to their bread and butter, though, here on 3rd down.
Max Fear looked very tired after 186 yards. I would think he would be. And here come the Highliners, 3rd and goal from the 3. Griebel, pitch, Fear around the left side. He's going to be met short, and it'll be 4th and goal.
Oh, boy.
Good tackles. I can't read those numbers, folks. I'm sorry I can't give you numbers and identifications of who made the tackles over there on the far side, but it is going to be 4th and very short.
4th and about just a yard about. Defense doing a good job of stringing him out and not letting him get in the corner there. This is your stand here. You had a 4th and goal stand earlier in the season against Hazen. Let's see if you can pull one out here.
Ball at the 1-yard line, far hash mark. Grable under center. I formation, Fear in the back. Quarterback sneak, he goes up the middle, in for the touchdown. And no signals yet, but I believe he got in. Where's the signals?
There's no signal. There's no call here yet. Hold on.
I might have been premature. Hang on, folks. We're looking for the call.
Wahpeton thinks that they've stopped him.
Wahpeton thinks the boys think they've stopped him. There's a big conversation going on at the goal line. No, he did not make it. A defensive stand by the Huskies. I thought he pushed that pile, Brian, in there to get that, but he did not quite make it.
You know, the thing is, Joe, I don't know if he lost the football or something down there.
He might have.
It looked like he was able to push forward, but there was no signal right away. And then when the officials went in there, he wasn't laying over the goal line like he was earlier. So I don't know if they lost it in the pile there or what, but Wahpeton's going to get a chance to try and extend this game and get a win.
Wow, we are going to a 3rd overtime. More free football here in a couple of minutes here as both teams get a 2-minute break here in between. Valley City will have the ball first. Again, a couple of quarterback sneaks, then Fear to the left, and then a 4th quarterback sneak ended up short for Valley City. We are still tied at 20 on the Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard. Both defensive teams held up well. We'll take a break real quick. When we come back, we'll have overtime number 3 on Three Border Sports Network. We're tied at 20. Is proud to have the opportunity to support this community and help those who live and work here make the most of their time, talents, and treasures. Call Will Ulick, your local Thrivent financial professional. If you're interested in putting plans that align with your values into action, please call Will Ulick at 701-642-1108. Thrivent Financial. All right, we were back at Frank Verton Field. Joe Schreiner alongside Brian Watson. We are heading to overtime number 3, the second overtime of the year for the Wahpeton Huskies, looking for their first win of the year. Valley City looking for their second win of the year. We're tied at 20. Overtime number 3. Valley City gets the ball first. They come to the line. One receiver to the right. Fear deep in the eye. Griebel under center. Takes a snap. Hands it off to Fear. Goes to the left. He's met at the 10 and pushed back there. And a tackle and stop made. Maybe a gain of 1. Second and goal from the 9.
Good defense there. Able to push him back a little bit. You need a couple more of those.
So ball is placed at the 9 on the far hash mark. Good defensive play there by the Huskies, allowing Fear just 1 yard. 20-20. Overtime number 3. Griebel, quarterback sneak. He's going to get forward, and he gets pushed from behind. Gets forward for a gain of about 5, maybe 6 yards. Gets inside the 5-yard line. We'll see where they mark it. Just outside the 3-yard line. So we'll say third and goal from about 3.5 out.
See if they come back with the quarterback sneak again. They've run it 3 times here in overtime.
Yeah, Griebel just like
4
it was
times.
student body. Yeah, it was 4 times. Like student body pushing everybody up there to get up ahead. Just the size advantage that Valley City has. So
bring
third.
those linebackers up a little bit.
And again, he tries it again. And this time the pile is stopped, and I don't think whistle's going to blow, and it does.
So there's got to be forward progress. Stopped there pretty quick, but they've run that a couple times. I think you got to bring those linebackers up a little bit. I don't see them putting the ball in the air.
4th down and goal. We'll see where they mark the ball. Looks like at about the 2, Brian, from what I can tell by here.
You need another stop here. You had one just a short time ago. Got to come up with it again here.
Griebel gets
I think you got to get those linebackers up there.
Gets his message from head coach Scott Rurick. 20-20, overtime number 3, 4th and goal. Ball is at the 2-yard line for Valley City. Here we go.
Put those linebackers in the gap. There it is.
And Fear gets the handoff, and I don't think he's going to make it. Now Valley City says touchdown, and so do the referees. The man made it in. Good effort, strong effort by Fear as he got in for the touchdown.
Good second effort there.
Absolutely.
From right here, he looked short, but good second effort there to get into the end zone.
Yeah, I think the initial hit there, the Huskies had him stopped, but again, good second effort by Fear gets it in for the touchdown and the score. It's 26-20.
That's not the important one. This one here is the important one. This is the one that you need. You need a stop here.
We are in 3 overtimes. Valley City just took the lead, 26-20 on the Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard. Big point after coming up. And they did try a kick earlier in the game, but they have not done it since. Griebel under center. Full house backfield, nobody receiving. Drops back, looks for the receiver in the corner. Pass incomplete, and the Huskies hold. They set up with a new formation there, Brian. They had full house backfield and no receivers, but they ran the tight end out on a route on a flat, and he looked open, but Griebel just didn't get it to him.
Yeah, you fill up the backfield. You've been running the ball well, and then you do a little play action, and you just leak the tight end out to the flat, which is actually in the end zone now, and they're not able to complete it. Wahpeton doing a good job of covering it there.
So in overtime number 2, neither team scored. We remained at 20. Now overtime number 3, Valley City 26 on a touchdown by Fear, and the Huskies come out now 1st and goal from their 10-yard line.
You got to get a score here.
Still in the south end of the field. Schaefer with 3 receivers, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Schaefer takes a snap, puts it in the belly. Arnstein, he keeps it himself, rolls up the middle. Nice little read again there on that option, Brian. Good call there, Coach.
There's the read option there. And able to pick up the yards right up the middle. You run that play 2 times in a row. They know it's coming. They think he's going to give it to Arnstein, pull it out, and just go right up the middle. It's right there.
Ball inside the 3. The Huskies threaten. Now they need to get the touchdown.
You maybe give Valley a little bit of their own medicine here and go a little quarterback sneak.
Manzero and Arnstein in the backfield alongside Schaefer, 1 on each side. Schaefer snap. Hands off to Arnstein. Crisscross pattern. He gets up to about the 1 on the dive.
That time you give it to him. Let's see if you can get in the end zone here. They scored the touchdown at the end of regulation on the bootleg. Be interesting if they score, see if they go back to that to get the extra point.
So it's 3rd and goal. Looks like the ball is placed at the 1. The scoreboard reads the 1. It looks like it's the 1 yard line from here. Play clock ticking down. Is that 16? Now 15. Huskies break the huddle. Come to the line of scrimmage. 2 to the right. Kappas and Manzero. Schaefer in the backfield with Arnstein behind him. Link to the left. Snap. Fakes the handoff. And a toss into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies. I believe that was Samuels on the reception. I'm trying to look at the number, folks. It was Samuels on that little touchdown pass. 1 yard touchdown pass from Schaefer to Samuels in overtime number 3. And the Huskies take a timeout, Brian, so we got a few seconds to talk about that play.
Just the bootleg there, and then he ended up throwing it instead of running it. I think he had the option to run it if he needed to, but made the right decision to throw it. He actually had 2 receivers open there. He had a receiver open in the corner of the end zone, and he decided to throw it underneath. There's that underneath route, that little drag route that they have success with throughout the season, and able to score. But now here's the important one. Let's see if you can score here. Now they attempted a kick earlier in the game. I mean, you just need to convert something. Do you try and kick it, or do you pull on whatever your best 2-3 yard play is? You've got to run it here and see if you can pull out the win on homecoming night.
You got to dig deep in the playbook tonight. It might be something we've never seen, or it might be something that we've seen a lot that is successful for the Huskies. Overtime number 3. We are tied at 26. The Huskies and Highliners. We come down to an extra point attempt. And we got a timeout. I figured Valley City would use their timeout. I think each team gets one timeout in an overtime, so each team now using their timeouts. They want to come out and see what the Huskies were going to set up in. So a little chess match by the coaches, Brian.
Yeah, I mean, you just want to see what they're going to do, at least see the formation that they're going to line up in, and see if you've got the right call. Now, in basketball, we kind of call 2 of those plays in the first huddle because you know that they're going to take a timeout, or we'll just say, hey, you know what, just go out there and stand. Just stand like this because I know they're going to call a timeout, and then we're not really going to run anything. And then you come back, and then you're gonna go with the play that you really want to run. So let's see what Gilby has in his bag of tricks, and see if we can get this 2-point conversion here.
I'm going to make a call here ahead of the thing. I'm going to say Manzero on a little sweep.
You got to put him in motion to get it to him here. He's lying in the slot.
Slot, 1-0. Nope, it's not. Here comes Schaefer to the right. Now he's going to cross back, way across the backside, and it's intercepted in the end zone. We're going to overtime number 4.
A little misdirection there. That's a tough pass to throw. You roll right and try and throw back left and see if you can get the receiver leaking out and catch the backer being lazy. Really just nothing there.
I would have thought that Manzero would have maybe gotten the call on that sweep. They're coming from the slot position, put him in motion, and hand the snap off to him.
Yeah, that or the read option's been really good to you.
Yep.
You have a lot of options. You've been
not my job to second guess it, but we're just looking at it.
It doesn't really matter what you call.
Right.
The players still have to execute it. So every play is the right play, but the players have to execute it in order to make it good. So you got to go back on. Let's see, they're going offense here first this time, I believe.
Yep.
But you got to score again now.
Yep.
Got to score again and see if you can get a stop on D, or if you do score, you've got to get the extra point. You've got to come away with 8 instead of 6 here on this possession in overtime here.
Hey, Tracy and Gary listening over in Breckenridge. Thanks, guys, for tuning us in. Appreciate the comments. Thanks, Tracy. We are at overtime number 4, tied at 26 here from Frank Verton Field. Huskies looking for their first win against the Valley City Highliners. The Valley City Highliners looking for their second win. They are 1-2 coming into the competition tonight. They had to sit out the first week of the season, so they missed their first game, and that was due to COVID quarantine on their team. If I remember correctly, they might have had somebody on their baseball team that was on the football team that had caused some infections. So we're back here. We're playing football. The Huskies in overtime number 2 did not score, and then the Huskies held the Highliners in overtime number 2, so we had no scoring. Overtime number 3, each team scored a touchdown, but neither team scored a PAT. Here we go again. Overtime number 4, Schaefer, snap, fakes the handoff and reads, goes up the middle, and this time he's caught there, an arm tackle by Valley City at the 9-yard line, and that tackle was made by the Valley City defenders just short of the 9-yard line.
You still make it manageable. You don't get in, but you make it manageable here now on second down.
So we're tied at 26. Overtime number 4. Huskies second and goal from the 9. 4 chances to get it in from the 10-yard line. Schaefer puts Munzero in motion. Gives it off to Arnstein up the middle. Gets inside the 5, maybe to the 4. It'll be third down and goal to go from the 4.
Nice mixed direction there. You had Dez coming across in motion. You have to be aware of them giving him the ball, which is the play that you're looking for.
That's the play I was looking for.
And then they give it underneath to Arnstein.
So it's third down, ball placed just inside the 5-yard line for the Huskies. Huskies need to score here to make sure to keep Valley City. In the second overtime, Huskies did not score, neither did the Highliners. Schaefer, 3 to the right. He got trips to the right. Drops back, looks to the right. Now he comes to the right. Rolls to his right and throws the ball in the end zone. Touchdown in the corner of the end zone to Colin Samuels. Huskies score in overtime number 4.
Now Colin doing a good job that time of making sure that he was in bounds. He stopped right on the in line and was waiting for the ball wide open there. Schaefer doing a good job of making things happen with his legs again.
Man, that was a good play there again. Blake Schaefer didn't look like he had much to go to, and then all of a sudden Colin Samuels is sitting down in the corner of the end zone, just said, "Here I am, buddy." And he caught him. So here we are, the all-important point after touchdown, the PAT, 32-26. Overtime number 4. Huskies looking to score on the PAT in overtime number 4. Schaefer sets Samuels in motion to the left. To the left. One to the right. He comes to the right. Fade pattern for Caden Kappas is caught in the corner. 2-point conversion is good for 2. The Huskies with an 8-point lead in overtime number 4, 34-26, Brian.
That is what you needed. You needed to get the 8 points, and they do their job. And now you get a good opportunity to set your defense up for some success here. You've got to try and keep them out of the end zone, but if you don't, you still have another opportunity to bring it down to one play and get one stop. So the Huskies in business here in overtime.
Overtime number 4, the Huskies get the ball first and score the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Now it is up to Valley City. They have 4 attempts to get in. 34-26. The crowd is on their feet. Everybody in the stadium on their feet. Griebel under center to Fear. Fear gets caught at the 10-yard line for a tackle. Huskies stand tall on that one as Fear is tackled. And a nice tackle there by Logan Jurdevig, I believe. It'll be second and goal from the 10. Jurdevig met Fear on that one, and a good tackle there.
Just a good defensive stop there on that first down play. How much more do you have? You just need a couple more. You got to dig down deep. I know you're tired, but this is what you've been playing for. You got to call on everything you got here to keep them out of the end zone.
Getting the Husky fans on their feet, Valley City fans on their feet. Griebel, snap, and the ball is on the ground, and it's recovered there by Valley City. Griebel faded back to drop back and pass. He was hit in the backfield, I believe, by Scharfenkamp, and the ball went on the ground, and Valley City recovered. It's going to be third down and goal from the 14. Wow.
Joe, the Huskies.
That was close.
Huskies had a chance to end the game right there.
Yeah.
That ball was on the ground for a long time, and Valley fortunate to come up with it. Man, that could have done it right there.
Yep.
Give yourselves your first win in a long time.
Yeah, the fans saw that one on the ground too. They all saw it, and unfortunately it was the Valley City Highliner closer than the Huskies. All right, here we go. 3rd and goal from the 14. Griebel steps back, throws to the left. Pass complete on the far side. Tackle for a 2 or 3 yard gain. It's going to be 4th down as the pass was completed on the far side to Aiden Jacobson.
Huskies doing a great job of staying home there on the outside.
Whistle and a timeout, Brian. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, doing a good job of staying home on the outside, making sure that you keep your assignment and to keep them out of the end zone there. Good defense there.
I need a longer cord on my mic for the next one, Brian, so I can pace back and forth a little more. Sorry about that. I might be pulling your mixer board a little bit further than I should be when I'm pacing here. 34-26, overtime number 4. We're down to the last play, possibly of overtime number 4. It is 4th and goal from the 11.
You can't have a letdown here if Valley does score because you still have the opportunity. You just got to stay with it. Give it all you have on this play. You've worked a long time to try and get a victory. And you can't sell yourself short on this play. You just got to give it everything that you have and leave it on the field.
All right, here comes the crowd. 34-26, 4th and goal for Valley City. Shotgun formation. Grable deep in the eye is Fear, and we got a timeout. So again, the coaches play chess match here, Brian, and now defensive timeout.
Yeah, here's a timeout by Gilby. You want to see what look they're gonna give you, and make sure that you're ready.
Again, the 6 overtime game a couple years ago, I believe it was against Devils Lake.
It was against Devils Lake, yeah.
And now we're in an overtime number 4.
We called that game together.
We did. Yeah, we did. 34-26. Yeah, 10 overtimes in a couple of years, Brian, for us. Well, actually more than that because Hazen was a couple overtimes.
Yeah,
too,
that's
wasn't
right.
it?
That's right. Yeah.
So 34-26, Valley City trails the Huskies on your Farmers Union Insurance scoreboard. Here we go. This is for the win for the Huskies. Valley City trying to stay alive. 4th and goal. Trips to the right. Grable looks at it. Takes a snap, drops back. He's going to throw it in the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown for Valley City. As the Valley City receiver, I believe that is Joe Cummings, went up in between 2 Wahpeton defenders for the catch and the touchdown, and we're down to an extra point again, Brian.
Heck of a throw, but an even better catch.
Wow.
Just go upstairs and get it. Good execution there by Valley to get the touchdown. But like I said, all is not lost. You still have one play here, and you need a stop.
Like you said, defensively, they got to keep their heads yet. Late substitution coming in. Full house backfield again. No receivers, split. Griebel turns around, hands it to Fear. He's met, and he is stopped, and the Huskies win. The Huskies win 34-32 as Fear was met on the extra point attempt by a host of Huskies. I think the boys knew that number 40 was going to get the ball, and the Huskies win.
What a heck of a deal there. Great defense on the last play of the game. Huskies hold on the goal line to get their first win in a while.
Yeah, the Huskies fought hard to win that one in overtime number 4. They win 34-32. Overtime number 4 as Fear gets up, and the helmets are tipped to each other here. The boys are standing in the end zone tipping their helmets to the Valley City boys. A hard-fought, fun, exciting game. I don't know what other adjectives there are in the dictionary, Brian, but I tried to use them all.
Well, I think that's what you want to do on homecoming night. You want to try and get a win, and the Huskies get.
I think they're looking for a water bucket. Somebody's going to get a bath here, Brian. You got that on camera?
Their first win in a long time.
You're going to look for Coach Gilbertson here to give him that first Gatorade bath that he deserved, and he's going to try and sprint, but he doesn't get away from it. So the guys get Coach Gilbertson his first W here of the year for the Wahpeton Huskies. We had that on camera. That was a good job there, Brian. Good for doing that. Thanks, buddy.
I tried to get it. I don't know if I was scrambling there.
So that was fun fun, super fun game, and hopefully it was exciting for you fans at home watching the games. I know the Tracy and Gary and the Mannocks and the Geffreys and everybody that sent text messages and appreciation. We thank you for joining us. Hopefully you had a great time too. We're going to come back. We're going to take a break. We're going to take a breather, and we'll come back here with our Wahpeton All Sports Booster Club postgame show coming up after these messages. Thanks, everybody. This is Three Border Sports Network. We'll be right back. Thrivent Financial wishes the Wahpeton Husky Falls sports teams and coaches the best of success. Thrivent is proud to have the opportunity to support this community and help those who live and work here make the most of their time, talents, and treasures. Call Will Ulick, your local Thrivent Financial professional. If you're interested in putting plans that align with your values into action, please call Will Ulick at 701-642-1108. Thrivent Financial. The Wahpeton All Sports Booster Club would like to thank those individuals, families, and businesses who sponsored Husky sports over the years. 2020 has been a challenging year for us all, but we hope you'll continue supporting Husky athletics through the Wahpeton All Sports Booster Club. To learn more about what we do for the Huskies, please visit www.wahpetonboosterclub.com or go to our Facebook page. Thanks from the Wahpeton All Sports Booster Club. The Wahpeton Daily News wishes all of the Wahpeton Husky sports teams the best of luck this fall. The Wahpeton Daily News thanks you for supporting local journalism, including the News Monitor and the Daily News. Keep up with local news, sporting events, and personal interest stories in our papers. The Daily News offers an e-newsletter for more information at your computer. Check out www.wahpetondailynews.com for much more information. The Daily News supports all area sports teams and wishes the best of luck this season.
Every town is a sports town, and why not? Sports were important to us growing up, and we want the same for our kids. To get involved, because that's how kids learn to lead. And why Farmers Union Insurance supports these programs. Farmers Union Insurance. They don't just protect our community, they invest in it.
Welcome back to Frank Verton Field, everybody. What an exciting game that we saw here tonight. Hopefully you all enjoyed it at home tonight. I see Roseanne, Lisney, they were watching too out by the fire here in the backyard. So thanks for doing that. And what a fun game that was here for us to call here at Three Border Sports Network on our first year of adventure here, Brian. It was a fun night to watch. And if you're a Husky fan, it was a great night. Not so great for Valley City fans. But again, it was homecoming for the Huskies and a great way to come away with a win. What a hard-fought battle.
I mean, if you're going to get your first win in a long time, it's a heck of a way to do it, I tell you that. Just a good all-around effort, both offensively and defensively. You got players that just really dug down deep in order to get this win. I'm telling you, there's some tired kids out there on both sides, both Valley City and Wahpeton. And just to be able to dig down and to stay with it, you had some things kind of go your way. You give up a touchdown, you give up a big run. Fear had just a great night. That kid's a great athlete.
Almost 200 yards on the ground.
Yeah, just a good back that you're playing against. And you're able to stay with it and pull it out in 5 overtimes. 4 overtimes. I mean, it's just it's a good win, and it's got to be fun, to just get that win and to get it on homecoming night too as well, and to get your first win that you've had in a long time. There's going to be some kids that are really going to feel good tonight. I tell you that. They
are, and after the post-game huddle down in the corner of the field under the end zone there, the boys were pretty excited here, and some of them are coming back onto the field right now too, and going to maybe soak it in a little bit more. I want to thank Grant over in Breckenridge. He's listening too and watched the game tonight on his big screen. Thanks, Grant, for tuning in. We appreciate your listenership as well. Thanks for everybody tuning in. Even if you didn't send me a text message, we greatly appreciate it. To everyone listening wherever you were. And this is going to be on live or on our Facebook page, or excuse me, on our YouTube page. And you can go to that and watch it anytime you want to. You can watch any of the stuff that we have, including coaches' shows. Well, again, Brian, we were 8-6 at the half. Huskies had the lead at the half, and we ended up tied 14-14 at the end of regulation. So we're going to overtime. We go 4 overtimes. Huskies get the ball first and score a touchdown. Then they get the 2-point conversion. Then it's time for Valley City. Valley City gets their touchdown on the 4th down pass, completion over on the far sideline, and now it's down to another point after attempt for Valley City.
Yeah, I mean, you get yourself into overtime, and you just kind of stay with it. You thought you ran your best play in order to get the win down there, and you come up short, and then you just have to continue to grind it out.
And then Valley City tried their extra point attempt. The Wahpeton Huskies defense holds Max Fear from going into the end zone, and that is the end of the game. Wahpeton Huskies win 32-34. Huskies win 4 overtimes, and what a game! What fun it was. Watching with the Mannocks, we want to say hi to Ollie. Thanks, Ollie, for tuning in too as well. Appreciate you being a part of the Three Borders Sports Network fans, and we appreciate your viewership as well. What a game, my friend. I think we'll call it a wrap here on our Wahpeton All Sports Booster Club post-game show. Again, we want to thank new sponsor for coming in, Gripper Sports. Gripper picked a good time to be a sponsor with us this evening. We'll have his commercials coming up pretty soon, too. We just got him on board a few days ago, so we want to thank Gripper and Tyler for getting on.
Yeah, we appreciate all our sponsors, supporting us. We appreciate all the fans out there watching. I know we have some people on the other side of the river there. George Sanchez is out there watching in his garage. So we appreciate both sides of the river and the whole community kind of helping us out here. And we hope that we can bring more games to you and keep it exciting. You guys saw an exciting one tonight. And hopefully there are some more excitement coming in the future. We got some volleyball coming up next week.
Yeah, I think we got some volleyball coming. I think next week the Huskies football team travels to Kindred, and we are not going to be doing that one because Kindred has their own live stream, so they're not allowing us to come in to do Kindred's
We'll see
game.
if we can put a link to the game on our page too as well, like we did for the Hillsborough game.
Then on the 16th and the 24th, we're home for Devil's Lake here, and we are home here for the 24th when they play Central Cass. I believe that's a Saturday at 2 p.m. game. Yep. So, and like you said, we're sprinkling in some volleyball games in there, the girls' volleyball games. I see they won a set last night against Fargo South. So
yeah, they had an opportunity to
they're
get
getting
one.
there.
Yep, we talked about that. Going back through the rotation again, they're going to be competitive. So there should be some exciting volleyball coming up too.
Watch for our schedule in the Wahpeton Daily News. That's out there too as well. And also we'll have some updates on our Facebook page too. Boy, what a fun game, Brian. I appreciate you being here. You worked hard tonight with 3 cameras going and all the production work you had to do. Nice job, my friend, on the production side.
Nothing works if we don't have good play-by-play, so nice job tonight.
All right. Thank you. All right, we're going to wrap it up. This is Three Borders Sports Network. For Brian Watson, I'm Joe Schreiner. The Huskies win 4 overtimes, 34-32. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. This is Three Borders Sports Network. Have a good night, everybody.